The Mic'd Up Sports Network presents the Saturday Morning Scoreboard Show. Brought to you by Alpha Insurance Agent Rhonda Hayes, the Commercial Bank of Ozark, Circle Insurance Agency with Sammy Judah and Donna Schumann, Edward Jones Agent Derek Dickens, Southwest Funding with Tim and Johnny Watson, and Fuqua Bankston Funeral Home. Stay tuned for a rundown of last night's high school football games and scores from around the Wiregrass, as well as complete coverage of college football from around the SEC and Sunbelt conferences. Stay up to date with Alabama, Auburn, and Troy right here on the Saturday Morning Scoreboard Show. Get your game day started with us. Hosted by Les Peralta, Kirk Adams, Mike Reeder, and Kevin Schumann. Now, here's Les and the guys.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome into the Saturday Morning Scoreboard Show. We're broadcasting live from Loose Brick Coffee, downtown Ozark. And Loose Brick's got a spread for us guys here today. They've got the bacon, egg, and cheese croissant sliders. We've got apple strudels, different strudels, cinnamon rolls. I got it all set up here. They're going to have us a coffee bar too in a little bit, but this will be our last Saturday Morning Scoreboard Show ever, the farewell tour, and it's been 22 seasons. It's been a fun ride, a lot of fun stuff happened. We're going to swap stories all around. Or Nick Cummins, our producers here. We got Nash Carrington with us, former co-host. Got Mike Reeder with us, and Stuart Smith, former co-host for many years. Sam Cochran, former co-host. Got Kevin Schumann on the couch, but he's on a bench today, actually. And then Jim Boynton, our longtime producer as well on the radio side of the thing. And then Kirk Adams over here as well. You got it. Y'all grab a mic or something. Grab one of these mics, guys, and Kevin or Sam. Let me see here. Let me unmute. There you go, Sam.
Thank you.
Jim, you want to, or Nash, you want to?
He's saying give it to Nash.
Let me see if I can get the thing unmuted.
Jim don't like to talk on the radio.
There we go. There we go.
Jim is a producer.
Yeah.
He's not a talker.
Exactly.
But guys,
You can always tell the talkers because we're the guys reaching for the mic.
It is. I think today is going to be a fun one, especially till all the different trips we've gone on over the past with the SEC championship games and
Bad match.
man, golly,
Is this only an hour show?
it was going to be longer.
Okay.
We're starting it at 9, and we've got. Let's see.
Let's say an hour is not long enough for all of those stories.
No. Bear McKnight's going to call in at 9:05. We've got Ben Maddox calling in later. He's the equipment guy for the University of Alabama football team. He sent some pictures yesterday where they got Alabama's locker room set up, and he's going to call in. His dad, Craig Maddox, is going to call in too as well. And it's going to be we're going to have lots of good stories and stuff. And I know I talked to Craig on the phone last week, and he said it just made his day whenever he'd see all of us come in there, see us out there on the field watching Alabama or Auburn practice, warm up the day before, and so he said it always made his day when he got to see us up there. So
It made our day too.
yeah. And I told him, I was like, man, we had we were like kids in a candy store, or Christmas morning, being able
I
to
can
get
tell this has come a long way because you mentioned Auburn and I didn't say it. Thank you, Stuart.
It's early. Give it time.
And by the way, I guess there is a big game tonight, 6:30 p.m. tonight too. The Iron Bowl coming up too. So
That's right.
Mike and I were just talking about that, and we're not used to a 6:30 game. We're used to that being at 2:30.
Yeah,
and I don't want to wish away my Saturday, but I need that game to hurry up and get here, and it's a long time to wait.
Well, you can turn on ESPN Plus and watch Troy have a chance to make it to the Sun Belt Championship game at 2:30 in Hattiesburg. So that'll be a good
And
day.
there may or may not be some stories that surround those Troy Sun Belt Championship games either.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
You know there's going to be one that was real cold.
Yeah.
Coldest game I've ever been
Down
to.
in Mobile. Oh, man.
Oh my goodness.
That's where y'all were late to get on the bus.
Yeah, because somebody left us.
Kurt Russell talking about getting on the bus.
I
Yeah,
think we've told that story before.
yeah. He
Yeah.
late. We waiting on Les, and he's on the daggone bus.
In his pajamas in the hotel lobby when we finally made
Yeah.
it back.
Wake up calls early in the hotel on those Saturday mornings.
Good gracious.
Yeah, we did get one time, didn't we, Stuart?
Sure did. Woo.
Yeah, and then what's that, Kev?
Look at that wake up call we got.
Yeah,
Knocked
yeah.
on the door.
We get to all that.
Knock on the door. It was a phone call from the lobby.
Yeah.
Do you know
And
this
he didn't
guy
want-
down here?
He didn't want to interrupt his room. He interrupted the other room.
The other room.
Oh
Yeah, so,
man.
yeah, we all woke up.
But yeah, it's we got my daughter. She sent a message in. Olivia, my oldest daughter Emily, sent me a message to play back on the show today. Olivia is on. They had to get up early this morning because the pep bands head to Hattiesburg to play, and it's a 1-day trip. They're early in the morning down there, play, and then after the game head back to Troy. It's going to be a long day for her and the Sound of the South pep band today.
And what time they play?
At 2:30 on
And it's gonna be a
ESPN
long
Plus.
game.
Mm-hmm.
Long day.
And that's where Barry McKnight is this morning. I saw his sideline reporter was on doing the sideline report for the St. Michael's Jackson game last night. Chris was doing that last night, so he probably just drove on that short drive from Mobile area over there today or last night. But yeah, it's gonna be some good stories swapped out today on the show. Just getting about the time for
Well, at
bed.
least you got to see the Crowell kid last night.
Yeah.
So, phenomenal.
Great player. Let's see.
Made that drive many times from Jackson to Mobile. That was actually one of my very first programming jobs in radio. Jackson, Alabama.
Jackson, now, how far is that from Mobile? It's not too
Took
far.
about an
is it?
hour and 15 minutes.
Okay.
That's about all.
The Aggies, the Jackson
That's right.
Aggies.
That's right.
Dirt roads back then.
It literally was, yes. I mean, we're talking 1983. So yeah.
But if I recall, though, over there.
Probably some of you guys weren't born then, so, I can explain it to you.
No, but it still looks kind of like that now. There's not a whole lot over there on that side of the state.
It hasn't changed a whole
I
lot.
got woods, big deer, and that's about it.
Yeah,
That's right.
Oh man. Let's see.
Let's
Y'all continue on. I'm trying to.
I did see, Les, that your Williamson team that won 100-0 or whatever, they got beat. They got put out by Bikers.
Yeah. Crosstown rival.
28-21.
Les is checking in on.
I'm
Barry.
sorry.
That's right.
Yeah, Lynette.
So, okay, I'll ask this, you guys.
Yeah.
The dominoes. How quick are they going to fall on the coaching carousel today?
Mike and I were
Everything's
talking
hinging
about-
on tonight.
It is. Everybody's sitting around watching to see what Kiffin's going to do. And I mean, Mike and I were talking, and I think you can make an argument for him either way. I don't think there's really a wrong decision there. And I don't know enough about his personal life to know what he should do, but I certainly wouldn't blame him for.
Oh, there's a third way,
Uh-oh.
right, Sam?
We were
got
talking
the
about this
conspiracy
before.
theory
Yeah,
I think I
already.
read it this
DeBoer
morning.
go to
Oh,
already.
it's on. DeBoer
go to
gone. Kiffin's
State,
waiting.
And Kiffin comes here.
Yeah, if DeBoer loses tonight at Auburn,
Ship him off
I
to Penn
think
State.
I
and
don't
then-
think we have to ship him out. I think he's going to be one of those that's like,
I don't
It's-
fit in here.
oh yeah. I mean, think about it. Penn State's had that opening for how long?
Yeah.
They're holding out for something. So if he wins, I think it's probably a different scenario. If he loses, what Kirk and I talked about, and then
If he wins, he may go. Reason being is
really could.
Bama fans are nuts.
Yeah.
And I don't
he
think
don't
he
like
fits
this
in.
pressure down here.
Sam, what's his
No.
wife's name?
Oh, I forgot.
See,
So-
nobody knows.
Yeah.
They're not involved. They're not around. They're not fitting in here. So
This is what we
it's
talked
fine.
about just a little while ago. If Lane Kiffin doesn't announce before the Alabama-Auburn game, then there's some shenanigans going on.
Oh, he's waiting
Yeah.
to see what happens there. But it could
I
happen.
mean, that's
either
not
way.
far fetched.
No.
It's really not.
Oh, no.
Kiffin has said many times his dream job's Tuscaloosa. He just burned that bridge last time. They needed a little repair work, but he's proven himself as a good coach. What's also interesting is how John Summerall's name has come up at Florida so much. Now was Auburn like, wait,
Yeah.
Hold up.
I thought that was
Now,
Dallas.
LSU potentially, if the other domino
Oh, my
falls.
gosh.
If I'm John Summerall, I'm just sitting back with my banker and just
Stu, are
waiting.
you ready for DJ Durkin, head coach?
I wonder if his agent's the same as Kiffin. Is it Sexton?
I'm not sure.
It's
Does he
gotta
represent
be.
all those dudes?
Jimmy Sexton represents everybody.
That's
I'm
who's
surprised he
playing the
doesn't
game.
represent you and Kurt. And
That's what I need. I need an agent.
That's exactly what we need as an agent.
I mean, I tried this for 23 years. It didn't work. I just thought ESPN would come by at some point, or
Eventually.
Barry'd get me hooked up somewhere, but that didn't work. So I need a better agent.
That's right.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's interesting. There's a lot going on tonight, and I think both fan bases are both like, I don't really know what's going to happen here tonight.
And that
So,
pool shrunk because Clark Lee re-signed.
yeah,
Yep.
Drinkowitz re-signed. So now all of a sudden, John Summerall is sitting on top of the world right now. He doesn't care what Lane does. He's going to get anything else he wants.
All he has to do is say yes to somebody. Really,
That's right.
And he is instantly taking a huge pay raise. And
Well,
now with that comes more pressure.
Do
But
we
I
know
think
his
he's
wife's
good
name?
for it. Yeah, I don't know his wife's
Yeah.
name.
Did you know?
which one?
Did you see the article with Summerall? He had a conversation with Myers, and that he gets complete control of the program.
Yes.
Hey, we are joined now by the voice of the Troy Trojans, Barry McKnight, here this morning. Get Kirk a headset over there. Well, you got the yeah.
I can talk in
Hey, Barry, welcome in the show this morning.
It's an honor to be here on the Swan Song, fellas. Golly, the memories come flooding back of all the different places over the years I've called you from all over the country. It's an honor to be on this one, fellas, I promise you.
Yeah, Barry, we've got a full house in here. All the former co-hosts are with us here today, and we're just having a blast. We're going to be telling all the stories, behind the scenes stuff that we've done over the past 22 seasons of broadcast, and man.
I know a lot of those guys. Please don't tell all the stories.
Yeah. Well, Barry, let's talk a little about Troy today. Troy is in a good spot today as they get ready to take on the Southern Miss Golden Eagles there in Hattiesburg, and I kind of like the chances today, Barry.
This is what you go through winter workouts for, and the heat of summer and all of the rehab and all of the treatment and all of the work and everything to have a chance, as Troy has done a lot, to play for a chance at a championship. This is as streamlined as it could possibly be. Both Troy and Southern Miss are 7-4 overall. Both Troy and Southern Miss are 5-2 in the league. The winner of this one wins the West Division and plays this coming Friday for the Sun Belt Championship at James Madison. That's as simple as it can be. The loser will go to a bowl game and have a good season. The winner will play for a championship, and as you guys know, that's the standard at Troy, is to play for championships.
So what are we looking at, like offensively? I know Crowder is back at quarterback, and he had a really good night afternoon last Saturday.
Yeah, and he to give context to what Les is talking about, he had missed 6 games. He came back in an emergency role in the loss at Old Dominion. Last week was his first start since week 3, and he threw for 361, looked authoritative, could have actually even done better when you look at the film, but it just looks different when he's out there. He is such a smart quarterback and everything. Also, the other big news last week in the win over Georgia State at the Vet was how well the offensive line played. They tweaked things around. They moved center Paul Bowling to guard. They moved guard Eli Russ to tackle. And they moved Tyler Cappy, a former walk-on, in at center. And they did a really good job. I bring that up because that's going to be key this afternoon. Southern Miss has been leading the West pretty much all season long. They've lost their last 2 to give the Trojans a chance. They're pretty banged up, especially at quarterback, where Braylon Braxton has been really good all year, except for lately, and the offensive line. So, I'm sorry, the defensive line. So if Troy's offensive line can hold up and give Crowder some time, and especially if the Troy offensive line can help the Trojan running game, which has had real difficulties lately, then I really, really like Troy's chances this afternoon.
I do too. I'm looking forward to catching that game on ESPN Plus, and of course I'll have my varsity app open, going and listen to you and Jerry and Chris on the audio call of the game.
Yep, it's going to be 2:30 start time. As Les said, it's going to be on ESPN Plus. Our radio broadcast begins at 12:30 this afternoon on all of the apps and all of the streaming services online on the Troy Athletics app and on TroyTrojans.com. And a win here in a difficult atmosphere. Troy's won 4 in a row in this series over Southern Miss, and the last time they lost here in Hattiesburg was like 1948 or something like that. So history tells us the Trojans should have a bona fide chance this afternoon.
Looking forward to it, Barry. Now, I know you've got to go somewhere real quick to get on another call, but can you give us a quick rundown for the Iron Bowl and the coaching carousel?
Well, the Iron Bowl, I hate to bring up the word voodoo at Jordan-Hare because I know Kirk is there, and Kirk could probably go down every potential instance of that having happened in the past. But I mean, that's a thing. It's Auburn is kind of untethered with their head coach. They may have an announcement tomorrow. It feels unsettled there. But then again, they have played so much better in the last 2 weeks under DJ Durkin, and they're playing at home. Alabama, just ran up and down the field against Oklahoma 2 weeks ago, but turned it over 3 times. Their inability to run the football has been a problem, and it's been a problem for Ty Simpson as well. Teams are really focusing almost everything on Simpson in the passing game now, and that's shut it down a little bit. It may come down to turnovers. It may come down to voodoo. I think Auburn stays in it at the end. I can't call the final, but I do think it's going to be a great game that goes right down to the end. And I think if Alabama does win it, then they're in the playoff. As far as the coaching carousel goes, John Sumrall is scheduled. He is expected to make an announcement on his future tomorrow. Florida has been a late player in that sweepstakes because evidently Lane Kiffin is not focusing on Gainesville at all anymore. But Auburn has been there all along. He's an Alabama native. I think he goes to Auburn, but it would not surprise me if he goes to Florida. Obviously, the real moving pin in this whole thing is what Kiffin does. If Kiffin goes to LSU, say, to Sumrall, is he in line at Ole Miss where he was an assistant coach? What happens elsewhere? But I do think everything gets all cleared up really by Monday or Tuesday of next week.
Barry, what's the chances DeBoer says these people in the South are nuts and I am out of here, even, win or lose, how this season ends? And then Kiffin's waiting around for that option.
Yeah, that may be. I keep hearing that Penn State is putting a push on DeBoer. That they really like him. They really want him. There are several well-situated trustees and boosters that are giving Penn State really a blank check to get him. Now, Alabama can outspend in terms of salary for DeBoer, but, do they kind of let him go with assurances that Kiffin would take the job? I'm not saying the chances are good, but I'm saying that it's a possibility, which I would not have said 3, 4, 5 days ago.
Something's amiss. But hey, Barry, since
going on.
It is, since we're wrapping this show up, I am completely available anytime you need a co-host or something else during the week. I thought during this 23-year run on the show, ESPN or someone would come calling, but hasn't happened yet. So,
Well, they have missed the boat.
I agree.
Ask me. You guys are great. I can't begin to tell you how thankful I am to be able to start so many football Saturdays getting my mind right with you guys. You guys have provided great entertainment and a valuable service to that area and beyond for a long time. And I salute you all for 22 great years.
Well, thank you, Barry.
Thank you so much, Barry. Appreciate you being a part of the show for so long too as well. And hey, let's go Trojans today, Barry.
All right. It's been an honor, fellas. Take care.
It's Barry McKnight, voice of the Troy Trojans, there with us. And we're going to take a quick break here, and we'll be right back. You're listening to the Saturday Morning Scoreboard Show, broadcast live from Loose Brick Coffee on the Mic'd Up Sports Network.
With Alpha Insurance, the more you protect, the more you save. By bundling your car and home insurance, you not only qualify for additional discounts, you also benefit from great claim service and the personal attention you deserve. Let us show you how we can take care of your insurance needs in one office. Call Alpha Agent Rhonda Hayes at 334-545-2010. That's Rhonda Hayes at 334-545-2010.
Check this out, Wiregrass. Tim Watson, the mortgage man with Southwest Funding, a 1989 graduate at Carroll High School, bringing to you all your mortgage needs to help you with your purchase or your refinance on all your home needs. Make sure you call us today at 791-0178. That's 334-791-0178. One Eagle, one nation. Go Eagles.
The caring and experienced professionals at Fuquay Bankston Funeral Home are here to provide the care and compassion your family deserves. They are honored to serve the Ozark community, offering personalized services that celebrate life and legacy. At Fuquay Bankston Funeral Home, they handle every detail with dignity and respect, ensuring your loved one's memory is cherished. John Colley, the general manager, and his staff are there to assist you in your time of need. Visit them at fuquaybankston.com or call them at 334-774-4551. When life happens, you want friendly people you can trust. At Circle Insurance Agency in Ozark, Sammy Judah, Donna Schumann, and Sam Judah are here to protect what matters most. Whether it's your home, car, business, or family's future, Circle Insurance Agency will shop for the best coverage at the very best price, right here where you live. Call Circle Insurance Agency at 334-774-7177 or stop by their office at 863 Andrews Avenue. Circle Insurance Agency, where coverage comes full circle.
Welcome back into the Saturday Morning Scoreboard Show, broadcasting live from Loose Brick Coffee, downtown Ozark. We're joined now by Ben Stanfield. Ben, welcome into the show.
Hey, guys, good morning. I can't believe that this is the end of an era today. I've been listening this morning, and, I've been listening for many years, too, and just pumped to be a part of the show today. Good morning. How's everybody doing today?
Doing well.
Doing great.
I tell you that we just had Barry on and talking about the crazy coaching carousel and all the different things that can happen. Man, gosh.
Yeah, tell me about it. It's I think yesterday, you saw the Pete Thamel report come out yesterday about Summerall and the potential, and I heard Barry mention this too, that Florida would throw him the full boat, full control, yada, yada, yada. I think, honestly, yesterday was just too quiet, and they needed to push something out to muddy the waters a little bit. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what happens over the next 24, 36 hours, because this is going to be wild.
It is. So Mike, you got anything?
Well, I've been kind of following Ben's X tweets here the past few days, and he's been awfully active, and I've commented on a few of them, and I don't know that I've ever seen so much drama and anticipation in a coaching carousel as what's happening like right now. Like, there are people on pins and needles everywhere wanting to know, and it all depends on what Lane Kiffin decides to do today. Which, had you told me that 5 years ago, that Lane Kiffin was going to be the guy that was going to decide where everybody else was going to be a coach, I'd have said you're crazy. But it really does. You could really come up with 1,000 different scenarios of who winds up where and why, and I don't have any idea at this point like what's going to happen. I mean, I have what I would like to see happen at Auburn. Does that happen? I don't know. Does Auburn get out of its own way? I have my doubts, just because that's the way we operate at Auburn. We always seem to just get in our way. And but at some point, Mike and I were just talking about this. Auburn's got to stop trying to control every head football coach and what they do and who they hire and how they operate. Otherwise, nothing's going to change. And that's what Auburn needs, is a culture change. And I think Summerall's the guy to do that. Now, do they actually pull the trigger and make the right hire? Do they give him the control that he needs? I don't know.
If you remember, this was exactly the Alabama scenario before Nick Saban.
Absolutely.
It was the exact same thing. And it's funny how these programs tend to do what the other one did. We don't seem to learn from each other. We just repeat it. But Alabama had the same situation. Nick Saban came in and said, it's either my show and no one else's. And he kicked Paul Bryant Jr. out of the way. And we've not heard that name since.
No.
Yep.
Well, and I remember that well. You know, what happened at Alabama was they literally had to hit rock bottom before they could rehab themselves. And they did in the best way possible. You know, it almost happened. You know, what would the world have been if Rich Rodriguez had just said yes to Alabama years ago?
Yeah.
Who even knows what any of this looks like, you know? But they got their man, Mal Moore, God rest his soul, went to Miami and camped out in his car and got Nick Saban, and the rest is history. But, you know, Auburn's at a crossroads like that too. And I like what you mentioned there about, you know, Summerall. I've been a proponent of Summerall just because working so closely with him at Troy, you got to see what he can do, what kind of guy he is, and how capable he is of running a good football program. And I was blown away the 2 years that we worked with him, Will Kohlmeyer and myself, just talking to him for TV games down there. And it's like, man, this guy is incredible. You knew he wasn't going to be there long, but he won big enough to leave a lasting impact and a Chan Gailey type impact at Troy. And he will do the same wherever he goes. I've dubbed myself on Twitter, though, and I apologize for being so erratic on there sometimes. But, yeah. But I said I am the CEO of the John Summerall to Auburn campaign, and I've been pushing for this guy since October 13th. That was the first day I mentioned his name coming to Auburn. It was at that point you just kind of knew that Freeze was out. You knew it was over, and so I think he would move mountains here. I think he could do good with Durkin, but don't force him to hire Durkin. Let that play out naturally for a defensive coordinator and see what happens. But yeah, I think. You either hire John Summerall or you regret not hiring him later.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, to me, Summerall's the guy. I mean, I'd hire him wherever. If I was the AD, I'm hiring him. I mean, he's almost like a clone of Nick Saban. I mean, really, the same
100%,
the same drive. Yeah. I mean, the attention to detail. I mean, you remember that one game at Troy where one of the players did something crazy. He went off all through his headset. Do you remember that, Ben?
Yeah, his very first game at Troy was over at Ole Miss, and he demolished a headset that day. You know, I think he'd been the coach for 2 quarters, and a headset was down, and so you felt Brent Jones, the AD at the time, wince a little bit, you know, because those aren't cheap. But I mean, he's a great football coach, man, and I think he would move mountains here. Also, you know, the fact that his wife Jenny went to school here at Auburn, I'm told too, and. You know, I think just for a family, he's got three or four kids, and I think Auburn is just a better community for them than Gainesville too. You know, so you know, there's that part of it as well. It's just a nice town, and I think they do really well here in all phases of their life. So, you know, if he'd listen to me on the phone for a few minutes, and I understand he's been talking to Urban Meyer too, I could put a pretty good sales pitch on it. So.
Yeah.
You know, I think something that people don't talk about enough when it comes to Summerall is, of course, his connections to the state. He is well aware of how this state works when it comes to high school football, recruits, the colleges. And something else that we don't think about is, you know, here in this state, our football coaches pay into the state retirement system. And he already has, I'm sure, a few years of some of that assistant coaching paying in, and that's got to be something that factors in. He would probably like to come back to this area, but I don't think it's so much a matter of him saying yes as so much it is a matter of Auburn doing what Auburn needs to do and getting out of the way and letting that man build a program the way he knows how. I mean, he has shown how to do that at back-to-back schools that he's been at. Now, is that the same level as the SEC? No, it's not, but it's the same principle. You give a man the kind of recruits that SEC schools have access to, the kind of NIL money that a lot of these schools have committed to spending. I would be surprised and shocked if he wasn't able to do the same kind of thing at Auburn that he's been able to do at Troy and Tulane. They just got to give him the shot to do that and give him the ability and the control to do that. So whether or not that happens, we're going to find out really, really soon. I mean, today and tomorrow are going to be very, very interesting to see where these coaches decide to go. I'm kind of hoping that what Ben is saying is right, that what came out yesterday about his conversations with Florida and stuff is just trying to stir up something for yesterday, because it was kind of slow until they said that. I'm hoping that's all that is. I hope there's not a lot that's behind that. I would hate to know that we have fumbled the ball like that again on a coach if he's right there for the taking. But we're going to find out very, very soon.
Sam?
Well, and at that point, too, you got to ask yourself, John Cohen, what's going on, man?
Yeah.
How are these negotiations falling apart in the 11th hour? Because I think Lane Kiffin, had shovel and dirt ready to put his house up for sale, and then something happened at the end. And then the same thing this time, too. If that's the case, I actually think Summerall's a done deal, and it's just quiet. But I don't know anything, more than anybody else. I do live here in town, but nobody talks, and so it's interesting to see. But if he indeed does go to Florida and it comes out that he was their top choice, man, that is a disaster scenario for John Cohen.
Sam, you got
Sure. Hey, Ben, Sam Cochran. Hadn't talked in a long time. How are you, my friend?
Yeah, Sam, good morning. Good to hear from you, brother.
Yeah, I'm kind of in that thought process that, Florida really thought they had a shot at Kiffin. It's been told to him that he's obviously not. So then they took a run at Summerall. And I think that's exactly what's going on is that Summerall's weighing the two options. And nothing against Auburn in this situation, but Florida, you get the entire state to recruit. It's just a better situation as far as what you've got for NIL money, everything. And I think that's put the guy in a situation where he's got to twist now and make a decision. Now, I'm going to tell you one of the crazy names that I heard Nick Saban mention yesterday and this morning for one of these openings. And I want your thought on that. Brian Daboll, because he's going to be done in New York. And Saban was selling him yesterday, and he was selling him today, that this would be a phenomenal college football coach.
Wow. I had heard Nick mention him, too, a couple of times. I really think he would be a better fit at a place like Penn State. I don't know how he vibes at Auburn, just because Auburn is a little difficult, and it's like I said, it takes the right kind of guy at Auburn, just like it would at Alabama, too.
Yep.
So, the difference with DeBoer right now, I think DeBoer's personality maybe doesn't fit in at Alabama, but he's winning enough to keep the noise down. And so, but if he loses today, like you guys mentioned earlier, then things could get weird around here. But I don't know that Daboll's a fit. I do think he's an excellent football coach, but I do think he would be a great head coach somewhere. John Summerall fits every box. He's a Bruce Pearl personality. He's a Pat Dye work ethic and intensity, and then he's himself too. And that guy, I would hate to see him slip out from under their grasp on this coaching cycle.
I agree with you on that. And when something you said about a minute ago about DeBoer, his style in the SEC, because he's more of a finesse coach. He's not the physical guy. And I don't know how that's going to go long term in this SEC. Yeah, honestly.
I agree. I mean, especially the way they come out of the gate against Florida State and just drop a ball.
No, they got out physical.
I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
which is something Alabama fans are not used to.
Yeah,
they are not used to being out physical by anybody over the past decade.
Exactly,
which scares us tonight.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, because can we even get 100 yards rushing anymore? I mean, that's
not Alabama football.
No,
and I don't think fans are happy with that. Now, give him a little bit of grace in the fact that he had to follow Nick Saban. Nobody was going to be able to follow that, but his style is just completely different than what that fan base is used to and completely different than what gave them the success that they have had. And so his time is coming to an end at some point, whether or not that's now or later. He's not going to be at Alabama for the long haul because he just doesn't fit. I mean, it's not the same scenario as Harsin when he came to Auburn. I still believe Harson's a good football coach, but I don't think he had any idea really what he was getting into when he got down here. It is a different kind of football. It is a different kind of a lifestyle. It is a different kind of fan base, different kind of expectations. Summerall is that guy who understands that. I mean, he is in the area he needs to be in, whether it's going to be at Florida, whether it's going to be at Auburn. Lane jumps to LSU. Is he at Ole Miss? He's an SEC football coach happening probably first of the week somewhere, and he's going to be successful wherever he is. It's just I hope it's on the plains in Auburn because, good Lord, I mean, we can't fumble it again. But Cohen has played this one close to the vest. I've never experienced a coaching hire and search at Auburn like this one, and that there's really no leaked information. We're not getting reports about anything. I mean, he is keeping it close to the vest, which I'm hoping, like Ben said, I'm hoping that means it's a done deal and we've already got the guy. It's just a matter of waiting and announcing it later. I don't know.
Sean Clark, who's listening in down in Key West today, he's on vacation down there. He just said that he just sent a post where Ole Miss put a $120 million deal on the table in an effort to keep Kiffin there.
Oh yeah, he's going to command what he wants.
Wow.
Right now. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that.
$120
My
million.
goodness, that is an intense amount of money.
Oh my gosh.
Does he need a yard man?
Exactly. Got to carry his headset or his battery pack or something.
I'm available for
you
half
remember
that.
The guy that drove Nick Saban's car around.
Oh, yeah,
and would have it ready to go for it. Like that's the job I want.
That's
man.
it. That's it.
You're not getting speeding tickets. Like you just do your thing, man. Drive the car, make sure you're on time. That's it.
That's it.
Golly.
Oh man, like Ben, we thank you for calling in to join us, and you're doing well over there in Columbus, Georgia, WTVM or BTM. I get the letters mixed up a little bit.
TVM. Yeah, BTM's up in Birmingham. It is confusing. And we get a lot of their emails sometimes too.
But you do a great job over there.
I'm on early mornings at 4 a.m. Central Time every day in Columbus, and live in Auburn. So if you're in either place, holler at me, let me know.
Hey, and you can stream y'all. You can go on your little app thing, and because I've done it, I've watched y'all some on my little app on the smart TV, and you can stream y'all show.
Are you up at 4 in the morning?
Yeah,
sometimes, yeah. Well, now I'm older. I'm 60. I can't sleep as long as I used to sleep. So
let me tell you, the power of TV. I interviewed Jack Hawkins from Vietnam one morning.
Wow.
And they were able to watch it live over there while it was happening. So I mean, you can talk to people anywhere.
That's it.
And watch from all over the world now. But yeah, I'm excited about Troy's opportunity today too to get a shot in that game, and hopefully Auburn pulls it out tonight too. We'll see. It's about time, right?
It is.
All right, Ben, we appreciate you getting joining us over the years too, as well on the show, and thank you for all you do, and keep up the good work, bud.
Well, appreciate it, guys. Let me tell you, the value of sports journalism in the communities and what you've done for young people for decades on Friday nights. Letting folks hear the games from Carroll High School football, and then again on Saturday mornings too. You guys are an invaluable piece of the community. I love you, and I appreciate everything that you've done for me through the years too. Thanks.
Love you too, Ben. And we're going to continue doing the Carroll football, so we'll continue that on.
Excellent.
Right.
Take care, guys. See you later.
That's Ben Stanfield joining us here. Love to have him. I have him on from time to time, and we're up against another break, and you're listening to Saturday Morning Scoreboard Show, broadcasting live for Loose Brick Coffee, downtown Ozark on the Mic'd Up Sports Network.
What does it mean to be rich? Maybe it's less about reaching a magic number and more about discovering the magic in life. Derek Dickens, your Ozark Edward Jones financial advisor. You can count on him for financial strategies that can help support a life you love. Because the key to being rich is knowing what counts. Commercial Bank of Ozark is more than just a bank. They are part of our community. Since 1959, they have proudly served Ozark and the surrounding area, providing personalized banking solutions. That help you achieve your goals. From savings accounts, checking accounts, home loans, and business services, they are here to support you every step of the way. When you bank with them, you're banking with neighbors who care. Commercial Bank of Ozark, strong roots, strong community. Visit cbozark.com or come see them at their main branch at 208 South Merrick Avenue, downtown Ozark, or at their Southdale branch in Midland City. Commercial Bank of Ozark, member FDIC.
With Alpha Insurance, the more you protect, the more you save. By bundling your car and home insurance, you not only qualify for additional discounts, you also benefit from great claim service and the personal attention you deserve. Let us show you how we can take care of your insurance needs in one office. Call Alpha Agent Rhonda Hayes at 334-545-2010. That's Rhonda Hayes at 334-545-2010.
Check this out, Wiregrass. Tim Watson, the mortgage man with Southwest Funding, and 1989 graduate at Carroll High School, bringing to you all your mortgage needs to help you with your purchase or your refinance on all your home needs. Make sure you call us today at 791-0178. That's 334-791-0178. One Eagle, one nation. Go Eagles.
Hey, welcome back into the show, and we have Ben Maddox joining us now. Ben, welcome into the show. Let me see. Well, I got
Less than hung
now,
up on me.
now, there we go. Ben Maddox, equipment manager for the University of Alabama football team. And Ben, you sent out those pictures yesterday of the Alabama locker room at Jordan-Hare Stadium, and you got everything set up and ready to go for the Crimson Tide today, Ben.
Yes, sir. It was a long day of work. We left the facility around 5:30, 6 a.m. in the morning, and got down there and got everything set up within a couple hours. And it's everything's looking good there, and locker room's ready to go, and I'm ready to go win an Iron Bowl. We're feeling good.
All right, we got Stuart Smith's on here with us. He thinks otherwise.
I do, but I just have to shake my head when I hear little old Ben Maddox say things like that, because I know where he came from and what's in his genes and in his blood, and it hurts me. It really does hurt me to hear him say things like that. But proud of him and what he's been able to accomplish and what he's doing, him and his dad both. And
it's because Ben finally saw the light.
I don't think that's it. I don't think that's it. Some of that blood money they pay up there.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's part of the machine now. It's okay. It's okay.
Keep doing what you're doing, Ben.
That's
Roll
right,
Tide.
Ben. That's it.
Hey, I'm full Roll Tide from here on out.
That's what I'm talking about.
God, it hurts my heart. It hurts my heart.
And tell it, you were saying that you had to. Everybody, all the starters are getting brand new pants, jerseys, everything for the game today.
Yeah, so what we did for this week, because Auburn Field is bad with grass stains, so we gave them the jerseys and pennants. I used to set that they wore last game and the game at South Carolina, since that was our last road game. When we win today, because it's when we win, and go to the SEC championship, that's when they'll get all their brand new jerseys, brand new pennants, and we'll use those for the SEC championship game in the playoffs. But today they're using what they have been, just because, man, that field is so bad on stains and crap, and it is so. They're gonna be using what they have been, and then we'll have a lot to be made for next week.
So where are you gonna be positioned during the game today? Any way we can see you while we're watching the game on TV, Ben?
Yeah, I'll be out on the sideline in the huddle and out there just making sure no issues come up. So I'll be in the locker room mostly pregame. That's where I stay and work the equipment room. But I'll be out there on the sideline ready to go once kickoff happens. Ready to replace a broken chin strap or a face mask fracture or something along the way. Yeah, anything that goes wrong, we'll be out there ready to go. All right. Well, Ben, we appreciate you calling in. That's our final Saturday morning scoreboard show, and you came on to tell us some of the memories, because you've been into our show and stuff when you were younger, and some of the memories you had coming on and joining us. Oh yeah, like when I think it was 10 years old, going and making some picks and making some game day picks. Those were some fun times, man. I love listening to the show. I listen to it a lot, and it's sad that it's ending, man. It's Saturday morning. It's a staple in Ozark, and I love Ozark. But we still got Carroll High School football games. King Collins going to be good. But congrats to you, Les, for a long run on the Saturday morning scoreboard show, and Kirk and everyone who's been a part of it. It's been fun, and it was just fun to be a part of. And thanks for having me on this morning. Oh, thanks, Ben. Hey, and good luck today pulling through. Yeah, we will. Roll Tide. Roll Tide, man. Yes. Bye. Let's see now. Let's see. Let me try to get Craig, because he was calling in at the same time.
So you would think father and son could communicate and space out their phone calls a little bit further apart.
And father's going to say Roll Tide too.
That's going to hurt my heart even worse.
Well, speaking of father, we've got Craig Maddox now on the line with us too as well. Craig, welcome into the show.
Hey guys, how are y'all doing this morning?
Good. You were calling in. Ben was on with us, so you were calling in.
I know. I tell you, I feel kicked to the curb. Y'all want to talk to him more than you want to talk to me.
Well, he's got the inside info of it for us there, Craig.
I know. All I can speak to are the concession stands and restrooms. That's about it.
Well, look, the restrooms are important for Les.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of restroom stories we're going to tell later on.
Oh, good grief. We're getting off topic quick.
We got Stuart, we got Kirk's in here. Kirk, come grab a headset and a mic over here. Craig's on with us
While we're waiting on Kirk to join in, I just want to tell Craig that my heart hurts this morning hearing your youngin, little old Ben, who started out with us at 10 years old, hearing him end that phone call with, I'm not even going to say it.
He said roll tide,
RT, and it hurts my heart to hear that little fella say it and mean it, because I know where he comes from. I know where his father comes from, and I know the background. I know the history, and it hurts my heart to this day to hear him say that he's all the way through and through Crimson and White and RT and all that mess.
Well, Craig is too.
I understand, but as the old saying goes, if you can't beat them, join them.
Craig, not you too.
Give us a little roll tide, Craig.
Oh man.
No, I know. I appreciate y'all asking me to call in, and I tell you, it's bittersweet. The times that going, like you mentioned, when Ben was so young, and we just kind of, I guess we just kind of invaded y'all's show a long time ago, and y'all are always so nice and let Ben, listen on the broadcast on Friday night, and then we come over there to WOAB, the old station, and give Ben a headset and let him participate in the picks. And y'all have no idea, how much that meant to me, and how much fun Ben had doing it, and how much fun I had watching him.
Well,
And,
Ben knew more than we did.
Yes,
sure.
he did.
So
Yeah,
absolutely.
He was. He did.
Wasn't
a
he
good
100%?
job.
He was 100%.
always 100%. So.
well, I hate to see the show end today, but I certainly understand. I mean, I know it's a demand on your time and your Saturday mornings, and you got to have spouses that understand and all that, but y'all, has just been spoken by your other guests. Y'all have been a treasure to Ozark, and doing this, the demand on your time and the unselfishness with your time, has just been off the charts, and I know everybody appreciates it. But I'm glad y'all are still doing broadcast on Friday night, so I can text y'all and get my shout out.
Yes, absolutely, anytime. But Craig, we want to thank you, man.
Absolutely.
You made it possible for us to do stuff that not very many people get to do. Behind the scenes coverage of the SEC championship games, going up to the media day too. And I mean, we were like kids on Christmas morning. I mean, guys, y'all want to talk about
Well,
that
I mean, most of these stories that we'll probably wind up telling are because of Craig and what he was able to allow us to do because of his former job and what he used to do. So we want to thank you, Craig, because a lot of our memories and stories that we can tell are directly related to you and what you helped us to be able to do. Because I mean, I don't know that any of us could ever have imagined getting to go and do all of that stuff the way we did, and a lot of stories that come out of that. So
absolutely.
Well, I talked to Les earlier this week, and I won't tell y'all, the rest of the group, what I told him. It was probably more fun to me watching y'all experience all that, because I got great joy in that. I mean, it was just fun coming out there on Friday and seeing y'all walking out onto the field and being out there and watching the teams practice, and then coming in there on Saturday and all. It was all fun until I had to call security and get Les out of the Alabama locker room when he wouldn't leave,
I just camped out in there.
I get these phone calls, on the radio, and and they're saying, "Hey, there's some guy in here putting jerseys on and taking selfies." No, seriously. I mean, I thoroughly enjoy doing that for y'all, and I'm so glad y'all got to do it. You're right. Not many people get that experience, and I'm guilty. Sometimes I took it for granted, but I had access and the privilege of being able to do that for y'all, and I love being able to do it for y'all, and it was just a small way to thank y'all for all y'all have done for me and Ben over the years too. So,
Kirk, you want to comment on to Craig? And I mean,
it was great. The only one I had an issue with, but I got over it real quick when he set us up nicely, was the Auburn game, Stu, after the kick six. I saw that replay about 5 million times, but
which is still not enough.
Sweet little loft in the edge of the deck with people were asking, "What did y'all do? How did y'all get this?"
You win some sort of contest.
Yeah, there was all kind of
50-yard
stuff,
line.
That was fun.
I put y'all in the I put y'all in the camera well.
Yes, on the 50.
That was sweet.
On the camera well. Well, see, that was, y'all were up on the level 3, the upper level, in the camera well up there, and CBS didn't use that. So that's a great spot to put 6 or 7 chairs, and watch the game. So
and
I wanted
and the snacks.
Yeah, spread of food. Yeah,
drinks and everything.
We looked like we had won some sort of VIP contest.
Had our own security sitting out there.
Yeah.
Did I put snacks?
Oh, yes.
Snacks.
And they weren't just like plastic bowls. They were like silver bowls. I mean, it was like crazy.
Oh my God. I really overdid it, man. I don't know. Levy Restaurants must have gotten my order mixed up or something. Good grief. But no, I mean it was fun, and I loved. I mean, y'all know how much I love Ozark.
Oh yeah.
And that's where I grew up, and I always, you live in Birmingham and you're working with all these, people, and they're great folks, but you miss your people from home, and I loved, it was like a breath of fresh air when y'all came in, and I'm like, there's my people right there, so I loved it, so I was glad to do it, and just grateful for y'all and all y'all have done for Ozark and for those Carroll High School student athletes. And y'all can speak to this as well, and I know Kirk can because he coaches. Those kids just want to, it's such a thrill for them to be asked to come on a show or hear the playback of a game that was broadcast that they played in, and people to take interest in what they're doing, because those kids work hard at it. They work hard at it. It's hard to be a student athlete, and that level of appreciation that y'all gave them, over the years was just over the top. So,
Great, we got Kevin Shubin here.
Craig, it's Kevin.
Hey, Kevin.
I didn't get a chance to hear everything that was going on earlier, but I do myself want to thank you very much for everything you did for us. That's for sure, because these guys have never stopped talking about. Remember the time when we went to this? They like to bring that back up because we had such a good time, and everything you did for us was just awesome.
One of my memories of one of those championship games is walking out there on Friday when practices were going to start. And here comes Les and Kirk and Kevin on crutches.
Yeah.
I forgot. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He is on crutches, and I'm like, that is wanting to come to this thing bad.
They dragged me into that one. I didn't. My knee didn't heal right anyway. So.
Even at the end of the game when Auburn won, Kevin's out there chest pumping. So who was that you chest pumped on the field?
I don't know.
One of the Auburn players.
I do remember though later on making Saban stop and look back at me and thank me for saying something. I guess so.
Yeah. And I hate those times y'all always had me call in when I was on the road going to traveling on Saturday morning. and I'd give y'all a field report. I can't do that today, but I'm going to say this.
Okay.
I feel like the field is going to be in excellent condition at Jordan-Hare because Auburn is real good at managing fertilizer. That's supposed to be a joke. Y'all supposed to laugh.
Stuart's shaking his head. Yeah.
I'm not laughing, Craig.
Okay.
This is a guy who graduated from Auburn who is making these kind of comments. That's why it hurts my heart so bad. Nash too. He's shaking his head.
I'm gonna give this headset back to Mike now. So yeah, but I'm not even an Auburn fan anymore, Craig. So
he's Wake Forest. He's Wake Forest now.
I got to the fan portal a couple years ago, and I went with Wake Forest. So
it's even worse, Kevin.
So here we go. Okay. Well, I knew that no way in hell that Alabama.
Hey,
Auburn,
we're not FCC rules here.
Alabama and Auburn, no way either one of those teams is gonna play Wake Forest. So I ain't got to worry about So here we go.
Well, I tell you, I mean, my dad talked. When we were listening to when Auburn football was on probation back in the 70s and they couldn't be televised and we had to listen to them on the radio, and my dad we'd be watching the Alabama game and I'd be pulling for those teams. He'd say, no, pull for your state team. Don't pull for Mississippi State or whoever. So I love them both, obviously, and really Alabama, I mean, since I've been there in my role at Alabama and fundraising, it's been phenomenal, and I've enjoyed it so much. And what they, Katie had my daughter, she had a great experience there as a student, and Ben's, living the dream over there doing being a student manager for Alabama football, and getting great training for what he wants to do as a career one day. But I tell you, Stuart, if you got a razor blade and you cut my arm, it'd probably come out orange and blue.
Good. Okay, there's a little bit of hope there. Okay.
Yeah,
congratulations to you, Craig. I appreciate you everything you've done. Thank you.
Yes.
All right, guys. Well, my prediction for the game before I go is I think it's going to be I don't think it's going to be that close. I think Alabama wins by 7 to 10 points. I'm thinking probably in a fairly low scoring game, maybe 21 to 14 or 21 to 17, something like that.
I noticed that does not include a field goal by Alabama.
Oh, God help them.
Oh, I know.
God help. If it comes down, if Auburn's got a 2-point lead and Alabama's got to kick anything over a 10-yarder, then Auburn may be having a big store in the field.
Yes.
But anyway, I think Alabama has got the better players and they've got the better team. I mean, this is a team that doesn't even have a head coach. They only have a head coach, and as long as Alabama opens up the running game, and as long as our receivers are catching the ball, i.e. Ryan Williams, they've proven they can do all that. They just got to come out and do it tonight, and I think they will. They got too much on the line to let this one slip past them. I mean, it's a matter of going to Atlanta next week and playing in the SEC championship game, or sitting at home next week and eating Cheez-Its on New Year's Day.
Yeah. Down in the Outback Bowl.
Ben thinks we'll land in Orlando.
Okay.
So who knows? But anyway. Well, all right, guys. Well, thank you so much for having me on. Thank you all for doing the show all these years and doing such a great job and being so unselfish with your time. But again, I'm glad y'all are still doing the Friday night broadcast. And I'll continue to pester y'all when given the opportunity.
Hey, always, Craig. And man, we appreciate you so much over the years too, as well. We can't wait to see you next time you come to town.
Yeah, it won't be long. I may be down week after next. I got to see some folks down in Dothan, and so I may, I like to do a few rounds around the Ozarks. So maybe I'll see y'all then.
All right, Craig. Thanks for joining us today, man. Have a good afternoon.
All right, y'all too. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. All right, that's Craig Maddox joining us here. We're up against the break, and we come back. We're going to do some reminiscing with the group here. We're going to share the mic around, and it's going to be a fun little segment coming up. You're listening to Saturday Morning Scoreboard Show, broadcasting live from Loose Brick Coffee, right here on the Mic'd Up Sports Network.
The caring and experienced professionals at Fuquay Bankston Funeral Home are here to provide the care and compassion your family deserves. They are honored to serve the Ozark community, offering personalized services that celebrate life and legacy. At Fuquay Bankston Funeral Home, they handle every detail with dignity and respect, ensuring your loved one's memory is cherished. John Colley, the general manager, and his staff are there to assist you in your time of need. Visit them at FuquayBankston.com or call them at 334-774-4551. When life happens, you want friendly people you can trust. At Circle Insurance Agency in Ozark, Sammy Judah, Donna Schumann, and Sam Judah are here to protect what matters most. Whether it's your home, car, business, or family's future, Circle Insurance Agency will shop for the best coverage at the very best price, right here where you live. Call Circle Insurance Agency at 334-774-7177 or stop by their office at 863 Andrews Avenue. Circle Insurance Agency, where coverage comes full circle.
What does it mean to be rich? Maybe it's less about reaching a magic number and more about discovering the magic in life. Derek Dickens, your Ozark Edward Jones financial advisor, you can count on him for financial strategies that can help support a life you love. Because the key to being rich is knowing what counts. Contact Derek today at 334-774-8222 and let's find your rich. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Commercial Bank of Ozark is more than just a bank. They are part of our community. Since 1959, they have proudly served Ozark and the surrounding area, providing personalized banking solutions that help you achieve your goals. From savings accounts, checking accounts, home loans, and business services, they are here to support you every step of the way. When you bank with them, you're banking with neighbors who care. Commercial Bank of Ozark, strong roots, strong community. Visit cbozark.com or come see them at their main branch at 208 South Merrick Avenue, downtown Ozark, or at their Southdale branch in Midland City. Commercial Bank of Ozark, member FDIC.
Welcome back to the Saturday Morning Scoreboard Show, broadcasting live from Loose Brick Coffee, downtown Ozark. Come on down here today. You get some of their in-house roasted coffee, all their pastries, their sandwiches. They have salads here too as well. They use the boar's head meat, which is so good. Stop by. They'll be open, I think, till 2 o'clock today. Come and check them out here at Loose Brick Coffee, downtown Ozark. So we got Nick Cummins, producer, Nash Carrington, Mike Reeder, Stuart Smith, Kirk Adams, Sam Cochran, Kevin Schumann, Jim Boynton, all with us who have been a part of the show for many, many years. And Kirk, take it away.
Hey, Les, just real quick, I got a ton of family here and extended family that have all been in and out of this when they come in, and they're all here today with, you bring Casey Cox and Kelly and Kyle's outside and Mike, they would always come. And of course, Jim Lindsay, Julia's boyfriend, Nadon, giving out great picks when he would come in.
Yep.
But, my kids, loved coming on the show since they were little, Julia and Taylor and Samantha, and, some of my favorite memories, not necessarily Saturday, but, the cheerleader questions were always great. Yeah. But I'll never forget the being on the sideline in Troy, and I could see Stuart and Les in the press box almost falling out on Samantha's great.
That was the number one overall cheerleader response.
It was.
That was
every week. Every week it was.
It was great, but favorite thing to do during football season, cracking a cold with the boys.
Yes.
That almost shut us down, but it was great. And I remember the next day at church, Patty Finn asked Samantha, now Samantha, is that? She goes, no, ma'am, I'm too busy reading my Bible.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
do
yeah,
that."
yeah.
That was a great response back. But,
yes.
so we've always had a good time with that. But the biggest complaint I ever got about Saturday morning or Friday night was after we made the mistake of putting Angie on. And everybody, we need more Angie. We need more Angie. Where is she at? All the time. Jim would get it. Jim would ask me all the time. So Angie, you want to say a word or two about how much you loved coming on the show and Friday night stuff? Music choice.
Yes, that's probably my favorite part is when I had a lot of music choices that weren't really my choices.
They were though.
They were your choices.
But I had a great time, especially with Kirk and you guys. It was fun. It was really fun.
Even the Tallahassee band knew your choice, and they knew you were going to be in town for the Tallahassee game.
So for the like Stu, that wasn't around then. We've been killing her with the Eurythmics. Like it was Sweet Dreams, and Jim would play it for commercial breaks when she was on, and the conga and the 90 sound machine, all this good stuff. And so we were killing her with the Eurythmics. Like she had a poster on the wall when she was little, all this stuff. Annie Lennox, she was a big fan. And I couldn't go to the game in Tallahassee, so she went in my place. It was her and Les and Mike, I think, on the broadcast. And at halftime, the Tallahassee band started playing, and one of them called me. I don't know who it was. And they're like, "Did you have anything to do with this?" I'm like, "What?" They're like, "The first song that the Tallahassee band played was Sweet Dreams," and it was classic. I wish I did have something to do with that, but
she got him to dance.
I bet she did.
She was like, "Look, you can look at it like, what's going on here?"
Good.
Yeah, she probably was, but it was pretty cool. And then having the kids come on and stuff like you were talking about, Olivia showing up and things like that. But to have them on was pretty fun. Good memories of those things growing up. And I don't know how many Hardee's biscuits I've eaten in 23 years. We do want to thank Hardee's.
For over the years. Me and Kirk were talking earlier. How many biscuits did this show put away over those years?
No telling.
Man, I mean, that's a lot of biscuits that we consumed over the years.
A lot of biscuit wrapper games to talk about. Good stuff like that over the years for sure. But when the extended comes, they loved being on the show. And
remember, we even did it at your house one time. We did it for your house.
I think it was one of the first times.
That was a cold day too.
Was that the 2014 game?
It might be. I can't remember.
It wasn't the kick six, was it? Please.
No, it wasn't kick six.
I mean, did we only broadcast from his house?
Well, we did that one time from his house. Yeah.
Bama must have lost then.
I think we did. I think Bama lost that game, if I remember right.
That would have been 2013. Then,
okay. All right.
Because 14, I mean, that's one of the stories is I still blame myself for that. Because if people were listening that morning, Kurt had made the promise that, because he's a big Kesha fan, and the glitter. And he said that if Alabama was trailing at halftime, he would glitter it up. Well, at halftime, it's the only time I've ever stayed and watched the game at Kurt's house because it was me and Kevin and a bunch of Alabama fans. And I'll never do it again, ever. Ever. But Alabama was losing at halftime, and Kurt wasn't going to do it. And I stayed on him, and I stayed on him, and I stayed on him, and I said no.
Smack on the radio show about if Alabama's losing at halftime,
glitter.
I'll get glittered.
Picture
and
yes,
you
did.
Because he went out on the pool deck and he did it, and it's like the momentum shifted in the game. And so had I not pushed it, we probably would have won. It was the glitter that did it.
I got glittered.
That picture
glitter
pops
on my
up.
back porch for 2 years.
It pops up on my photo memories every now and then. A picture of Kurt with just full glitter
everywhere. Glitter everywhere.
Oh, that was great. It was great.
So I got Casey and Kelly here. They said I think the first time y'all came here was 2013 because they left at halftime and they blamed themselves for the kick six situation. But that was pretty cool having it at the house, right?
Yeah, that was cool. I remember when you guys came down to Baton Rouge. You remember that?
Yes.
We did the radio show outside of the.
We had Kelly on.
Restaurant.
Casey on.
Yeah.
She was coaching at LSU Eunice. Softball.
Yeah.
That was fun. We had a good trip there. Was that the COVID trip, Les?
That was the COVID trip. Yep.
Did you have a good time at the house when you do this stuff?
Yeah. Yeah.
But Case came over for that. Did the radio show with us outside
the restaurant. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good stuff. Good trips. Good stuff.
It is. Yeah. Absolutely. And then speaking of the biscuit thing, let me play. Olivia sent me a message, and I want to play that. It was pretty good and some of the stuff I was like I couldn't even really remember. But this is my daughter Olivia sent me this message early. She was going to call in, but they had to get on the road early to go to Hattiesburg today for the Troy game. But this is Olivia here.
Everyone, this is Les's daughter Olivia, and I just wanted to leave a quick message to say how proud I am of my dad and the rest of the Wolf Pack for 22 years straight of this radio show. It is so bittersweet to me because there has never been a time where this show wasn't a part of my life. I turned 22 in less than 2 weeks, which is crazy because I basically grew up with this show. I have always felt like the coolest person ever, getting to tell people that my dad has a literal radio show. It has always been my number one go-to fact. Every single time I've ever had to play Two Truths and a Lie without fail. And I have so many fond memories as a kid. For one, going up to the studio with you early on Saturday mornings, especially when there was a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit involved. Because I was always down for a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit back in the day. I also remember waking up on a Saturday morning, going out to the living room, going to say hi to my mom, and just hearing my dad's voice on the radio. That is just so cool. Also, on Friday nights in the car, just hearing you on the radio, that's just so cool. And also hearing y'all crack y'all's jokes and just when y'all really get to laughing, that is just the funniest thing ever in my opinion. Anyway, I cannot believe that the Saturday morning Scoreboard show is actually coming to an end. But I know it has brought not only myself, but so many others such great laughter, such good memories, and just so much joy overall from all the listeners. And I am so proud of you, Dad, for all of the hard work and consistent dedication that you've put into this show. It really does not go unnoticed. Bye, everyone. Thank you. Love you, Dad.
That was Olivia. I know everybody didn't get to hear that, but man, it really it's touching to hear from her on that. And
don't ever get rid of that.
Yeah, no, no. But the fact that the biscuit, the bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit was what got her.
The biscuits,
man. Yeah.
I was thinking this morning on the way over here. I was actually thinking about the biscuits, but back when JB would meet us at the studio, do you remember how cold it used to be in that building? I don't think JB liked heat.
I know.
It would be super cold in that building, and that couch was kind of a leather material, was it not? And if you sat down on it, you would stick to it because it was so cold. But yeah, that's the biscuits and the cold radio station. That's just at least when Sam would kind of take over and kind of run the board and show up and do all this, at least it had heat going in the morning. If it was cold outside.
Exactly.
JB always yelled at me about the power bills.
Yeah. And then I'm like JB, and even as cold as it was, he'd have those jogging shorts on, even in the cold winter.
And we had to shut
shorts.
We had to shut the door because he was snoring all the time.
Yeah.
Lord.
My wife Melissa wants to.
This is literally the first time I've ever been on the show ever. But what I wanted to say was, I've enjoyed hearing all the funny stories over the years. It's just whenever you would come back from a trip, or it was just always a funny story. But I was telling Kirk a minute ago, I said, when you first started going to Atlanta to the games, y'all were in your 30s and 40s. You could have been tearing Atlanta up, but no.
We were in our prime.
What were we doing? We were in a swag wag. We were in a family van. We were searching out frozen sorbet.
Yes. The Yogely Mowgli
for Stuart.
Cream spinach for Stuart.
Shopping for shoes.
He loved cream spinach.
Being Kevin being falsely accused of being angry.
I forgot about that.
Wait a minute. Falsely?
And then it always ended up with them tucking Les in on the edge of a air conditioning unit.
Windowsill.
Or a
in
windowsill.
a hotel
Yes.
room.
Yeah.
But then Kirk had a connection and got y'all in the basement of. It was
Yeah. Oh
bigger
man.
than-
Yeah.
That's
bigger
not
than
just
our
a
house.
basement.
That's not just a basement. That's like
Big as
But
somebody's
anyway,
house.
I
Yeah.
always enjoyed hearing all the funny stories, and I think the Wolf Pack. I think y'all need to write a book.
Yeah.
I think you really do. But anyway, I mean, it's just pure. It was just pure guys having a good time over the years, and I don't know. I just think it's very cool.
Yeah.
You know, Melissa brought up a really good story, and I don't think people understand that trip that she's talking about where we were staying. It's the first time I think we'd stayed in Kirk's friend's basement,
Yeah,
whose
Tina.
husband's
Yeah.
the team doctor for the Braves.
Yeah,
I mean, when you
yeah.
think basement, I want you to think a house that's nicer. The basement is nicer
Yeah.
than anything that any of us have ever remotely lived in.
Yeah. Had a
And
kitchen.
It's a Friday night in Marietta, Georgia, and what are we out doing? We're cruising in Jason Owens' wife's van, all of us. Les has got to find some shoes and cranberry juice.
Yeah.
And we unload out of that van and walk in a frozen yogurt place at like 7 o'clock on a Friday night in Atlanta. I mean, yeah, we were not exactly tearing up the town. We
Yeah.
were old men jumping out of the swagger wagon, eating frozen yogurt and frozen sorbet. That's what we did on our trips to Atlanta.
And
And looking for cranberry juice.
Cranberry
for
juice,
Les.
yeah.
He had cramps or something. And then
Kidney
some
stone
tennis
or
shoes.
whatever.
They didn't bring the right shoes to walk around.
Yeah.
in,
The
so,
guy had to buy tennis shoes.
But a couple like just to piggyback Melissa, I knew what that basement was, but I didn't really tell y'all. But
Like man.
I remember, I think with Kevin, somebody said, hey, you said basement. I didn't know it was 5-star hotel.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
my kids had stayed there a couple times, and she would kept apologizing for not being finished, and I think that meant the pillows weren't fluffed.
Right,
I don't know
right.
because it was finished. It was beautiful.
Like
It was awesome.
85-inch TV in there. I mean,
So that was fun for me. One other thing is, we'd been to Fat Matt's, and Sam kept saying it can't be that good.
Right, right,
it just can't be that good. And then he ate some, and he was like, "Okay, I was wrong."
Well, every time I went back to Atlanta after that, I went to Fat
Yeah,
Matt's.
yeah, yeah.
On the drive up, I'm sitting there. I'd never gone up with y'all. I was like, "Oh man, let's go to Atlanta seafood. Let's go to these things." And y'all were like, "No, Fat Matt's." I was like, "What is this little hole in the wall, Fat Matt's?" Oh my gosh! Now I will say this: Can I?
Well, the first time
Oh, yeah.
my cousin Frank Tamplin put me and Les on it. So me and Les went there in the 09 Tebow Cry game.
Yep.
And we were sitting there, we were sitting across each other, and we were almost finished. And I realized we hadn't spoken the whole time. And I looked up, I said, we didn't even said a word. He goes, "Oh my God, this is the best food I've ever had." And when you're not talking, it's good stuff. So we just made it a kind of a tradition to go
It was
to
amazing.
the game. But yeah, Sam made a believer of Sam. So
Well, I heard y'all say the Papa Top earlier, so I guess it's okay for me to say this. So we went to Fat Matt's that Friday night. The next morning, we're doing, the pregame and everything. And I go to say something, just talking about, y'all talking about the ribs, and I would say something about Shock Top. And I got hit from the left, and I got hit from the right. Like, don't mention. I'm looking around like, I'm an adult. I'm 50-something years old. So I had to learn a lesson.
There's certain stories that have to be just kept amongst us. They're not radio appropriate. They're not book appropriate.
book appropriate.
We can write a book, but some of the stories can't make the book.
Oh, wait a minute. They're YouTube. You can do it on YouTube.
Well, you can, but I'm trying to protect Les. Some of these bathroom stories
Statute
are
of
inappropriate.
limitations, yes, on those.
Well, that's a great part. You've got a judge here. You've got the district attorney here. Statute of limitations on all that is long gone.
So all those trips that Craig made happen for us also involved fanfare where we could be 12-year-old kids again.
Oh, my God.
And that's exactly what it was. I know Sean's listening this morning, but the first time he went with us, he was upset because he had jeans and boots on. The next year, he had sweatpants and tennis shoes on because we were running the 40. We were kicking field goals. We were going to dive on the blocks to catch passes. Kevin stealing hot sauce. He's got 50 bottles of hot sauce from Texas Pete. Just good stuff.
One year it was like jerky they were giving away too, I think.
We did one of the breaks, and all of a sudden came back, and it's Les and I and Kevin, and there's nobody else around. And you look over, and there's Kurt. fair catching all the footballs up there. And it's all these 11 or 12-year-old kids, and there's Kurt. He's outshining everybody.
He came here to dominate. I don't know what to tell you.
About it. Didn't drop one.
No, Fanfare was always a lot of fun. It really was. And if you're into that sort of thing, I mean, that is the place to go. I haven't been in forever, so I'm assuming they still do it.
Crazy.
Of course, I miss it because the Georgia Dome is not there anymore. And a lot of these stories, revolve around the Georgia Dome, and it's no longer there. They knocked it down, hurt my heart when they did it. But, I mean, all the thanks to Craig, because we wouldn't have been able to do any of that kind of stuff if it weren't for him when he was associate commissioner of Southeastern Conference. And so,
well, I'll go ahead and share one of mine then, because I sent the picture to you a while back. So 2012 SEC championship game. That's what Craig set us all up in the end zone. Yeah, beautiful. But our passes didn't let us get on the field to the last 5 minutes of the game.
Yep. Right.
So you and I were standing in the end zone when Amari Cooper caught the 44-yard pass from AJ and went circled right in front of us. And on CBS, I'm sitting there with my iPad trying to take a picture. So I blocked my face. But, of course, you're a lot taller than me anyway. So you're standing over me looking at it. So you get to see my iPad and your face on CBS as he comes around. That was one thing with radio in the years that I spent in radio. I got to do a lot of things as far as introducing some artists in concert, doing all that. That was probably the greatest time I've ever had, being on the field when Alabama ended up winning at the very end. Because remember, you had
Georgia
the pass,
driving,
got tapped, tipped by C.J. Mosley, caught by Chris. Can't remember the Georgia's receiver, Chris something, but caught it, and time expired. And Stewart and all of us went running onto the field. Yeah. And the craziest part about that is it was all the celebration going on. They started putting the stage together. All the confetti's coming down, and I'm taking pictures with my iPad, and I feel a tap on my shoulder, and it's Terry Saban. And she said, "Would you take a picture?"
That's right.
Y'all remember that?
Right. Yes.
And it was Chris Rump's wife, the defensive line coach, Charles Huff, the running back coach, the three of them. And I'm taking this picture, and I'm like, "Oh, I am just big time now." Look at me.
Exactly.
Miss Terry asked me to take this picture and email her. Of course, it was to the athletic department. I never heard from her, but still.
See, I think that's what we all tend to forget. So, well, I don't tend to forget it. I was like a kid in the candy store every time we went. We like to cover sports and we like to talk sports, and we've done this for so long. But when you got us in Atlanta, all of that went out the window. We were fans first and foremost.
Fanboys.
And we were extremely lucky in that the years that we got to go. I mean, especially you and Kirk for such a long stretch. It seemed like every year it was Alabama or Auburn playing in that.
Yes.
And we were fans first and foremost because our teams were there. And I'll never forget the first time we went. Kevin was with us too. And it was the same year that you and Kirk were wearing your maroon Carol.
It was Auburn, South Carolina.
Yeah, it was.
Pat Dye was in the elevator with us and thought that y'all were South Carolina fans. And as he exited the elevator, looked at y'all and said, "There'll be better days, boys."
That was great. I'm still mad. Auburn didn't have him a guide get back to his car. He didn't know where his car
we had to
was.
help him get to where his
and that
car
was just,
parked.
I mean, a few years before he passed away. And there was no way in the world he should have been by himself in Atlanta, Georgia, much less trying to find his car to get back to Auburn. But I'll never forget at Fanfare, I was so nervous that day because that was 2010, and I knew what was on the line if Auburn won that ball game. And I was so nervous, and Kirk was like, "Y'all are going to blow them out of the water today. You need to relax and chill. Y'all have got this." And he was right. Fan first and foremost. And so to get to go and do that when our teams are performing so well was just spectacular.
Yeah. I've got a 2009 collage Les made when we went to the Tebow Cry game.
Yeah.
And I still have it up. And there's a picture in the middle, and it's Nick Saban being interviewed. So you have Tracy Wolfson, Saban, and the camera, right. And it's right like a close-up, somebody said, "Where'd you get that photo?" I said, "I took it."
Yep.
It just swirled around me, and I'm standing right there. With Saban and Trey. Like I'm the closest person to them, and I can't move back sideways anywhere. So I had a picture. It is an awesome picture.
It is.
It's like Sam said, I was just there, in the middle of madness. But
and there was one that somebody took. It was from a distance, and it had me and your head. It was when they were raising the trophy, and our heads were right there from behind. It was pretty cool.
So I think that was the coolest part is after the game, you get to go out on the field with your media pass and celebrate just like you're working for CBS or ESPN or anybody else. And so we're out there, and Kevin chest bumping with his crutches on. Craig Sanders, I think, maybe who it was.
Okay, that's right. Yeah.
And so we out there on the field with those guys. I've got a few pictures with Craig because I knew him from when he was here at Ayrton, and just to go and get to do that. And of course, we can talk later about the celebrities that we rubbed elbows with too.
Yes. I was going to say, if y'all can change the subject real quick and go from football to announcers or something. Y'all have seen a lot of them in the press box.
Oh yeah,
in the pregame meals, but going up there, Mike started talking about this one that he was following. One particular one he was following. It was like a Miss Florida that was doing some announcing up there. And I mean, lo and behold, y'all are sitting there acting like nothing, and all of a sudden here comes that Laura Rutledge. Now it's Rutledge, but it was
McKeenan before.
Yeah, McKeenan.
Yeah.
And I was like, "That's that girl y'all were talking about." And they were, "What?" I said, "Let me see if I can get a picture with her." She stood just as sweet as could be, right there behind y'all. And I took a picture from down low, which I'm not in the picture, but the one that I had to take out to make one fit for that old phone that I had. She came back from wherever she was at, and Les had already left the facility for her to go somewhere else.
To another facility.
I know I wasn't going to say that. But,
what a time to go do
she
that.
Came back, and I took another picture. She was glad to take it. She understood, and Stewart was leaning way over here like
I wasn't going to miss
that, but I ended up in that drawing of stick man of Les over here to the side. So Les got in the picture, but look where she's gone now.
Oh yeah,
two kids and all that.
Picture's on my
SEC.
favorites. It's hard. I can find it pretty quick.
It is so great of her to be that way. And then you've got other coaches that were up there, and I can't remember all of them.
Kirk and I talked to Mike Leach back when,
Mike Leach was mad we were about to walk away.
Yes.
He wanted to talk. He talked to us for 5 minutes. He was signing autographs. So he came off the stage, and we were just walking by, and he signed something for us. Well, how are you guys doing today? And he just started talking to us, and we're like, dude, you got somewhere else to be or something? He was just as chill. That one of my favorite was Coach Blakeney. On the field in New Orleans. We're out there, catching passes, dragging our toes. I mean, we're in the field at Superdome. We're killing it.
And he knew we were from Ozark. Hey, Ozark, right?
Yeah. And he's like, hey, y'all want a picture? We're like, okay.
I thought he was going to ask us to play.
I did too. He saw Mike throwing BBs out there.
He told us anything you guys need.
Yeah.
Up there in Ozark.
Yeah, we wanted to play. That's what we wanted.
It was nice.
I know you already spoke, but I was just glad that was indoors, not outdoors.
Yeah.
Hashtag Mobile.
Yeah.
That was the coldest I've ever been
in my life.
But I think was not one of the trips Sam went on was the combo Saints tickets.
Yes.
Saints Falcons spent that night. Friday all day.
Yep.
Fun fanfare, Fat Mat, Saturday SEC
it
game.
Was something
you got to see the distinct difference between the NFL game and the college game, because we saw how many almost absolute fights between the Saints fans and the Falcons. I mean, there wasn't anything nice at all.
No.
Yet the college thing the next day, it's just a rivalry of fun. That's all. But I've been around some NFL games, but I was just like,
they hate each other. They hate each other.
Ugly.
Was that my connection guy that hooked us up with that?
Yes.
One of your many.
That guy's sweet. So
we had two separate sections. We had some that were
I was jealous of Stewart and Sam the whole game because they had the 2 seats right there sitting down.
Yeah.
I had to stand up the whole game.
Yeah, we were in the second level, kind of like in the end zone.
Yeah.
We thought we were getting outcast instead.
Yeah.
And then I think when we were in New Orleans for the was it North Texas and Troy?
Yeah, 2000.
And then we also stayed and watched the Saints play the Jets. Was it the Jets?
Yeah,
Steve McClendon was playing the next day, and I think Kurt learned then that maybe the best seats are not down low because then he and I sat in the end zone seats in the Superdome for the Saints game on that Sunday. But we have. I think that was also his connection.
It was. Yep.
I'm going to go back to 2012 game again one more time. So after the game, Les, you and I went to attend the news conference.
Yeah.
So because they end up with, of course, a losing coach, Mark Richt. And I don't know if you remember this because it ended up being big news that Richt came in and Les and I went and sat down. I stepped out and went to the little area outside the press area to call Debbie and tell her, hey, we'll be out of here. We'll be on the way soon. And about that time, I hear this eruption from inside. That was when one of the reporters asked Mark Richt that he and Aaron Murray, they were always going to blow big games. And Rick had a meltdown. So I was standing out in the hallway, and Rick comes out. Mike Slive's walking him, calming him down. And Mark Richt is a great Christian man, but on that particular day, he'd forgotten about that. He was very upset. And as he's walking by, the complete opposite of it, Nick Saban and Terry Saban, or Nick and Terry come walking as he's coming in. So I'm seeing, the old ABC, agony of defeat. It's just because he's going out this side and they're coming in just as happy as can be. It was the craziest moment to just kind of turn and watch the two things happen. And of course, Saban went in and was just usual press conference. But you sat through both of those. You got to see Rick as he got asked that question, and he did not react well to it.
He did not. He was not happy.
Was that
That's
the
the
same
same day. Yeah, same game.
that he come by us and you said good game,
Rick
Coach?
went that way. Coach Saban came through here, and I just said, "Good game, Coach." He stopped, backed up, looked at me, and I looked down at him, and I was like, "No, I'm 5'8". I'm looking down at him." But he looked up at me, and Miss Terry was with him, and he's, "Thank you." And he kept walking on, but y'all
Terry
weren't
was
around.
holding him up. That he looked like he was going to fall out.
He was tired.
He was leaning. I've got a
And
picture of him.
I didn't mean anything by it. I just was like, "It's a good game." But it was
Congratulations.
really because where we stood under that end zone down there, it felt like the momentum's up and down.
Oh, it was
because after that touchdown you were talking about.
Yeah, Amari Cooper.
The kickoff came up, and then all of a sudden there was interception. Wasn't
caught. That's
went
right.
down. It was like no, and then whoop, back up high again.
Before
It was just
Amari
so
Cooper
wild being
caught
on that field.
touchdown pass, I remember when Georgia scored and took the lead. You two bums were fist pumping behind our back.
The two Auburn guys.
You and Stewart, and I looked at Les. I said, "Well, we're going to be doing that too."
We wouldn't do that.
What? I didn't do that.
We were professional.
Yeah, and
We
they
didn't
went
act
down
like
on the
that.
field
But
before
professional
the Amari
haters.
Cooper when they thought that when
He
Georgia was
came
going to
across.
give it to him.
I'm like, Sam, he came across right there in front of me. He'd already caught it over in this part of the end zone.
That's
and went
right. Circle.
right on by, and everybody was high fiving over here. You know, it's like, but yeah, I didn't see that part of it. But I bet that's when. But I was saying the momentum.
Yeah, it was
I
swinging.
never felt that in a facility like that. That it just because Alabama was behind us, Georgia was at the other end, and it just kept going like a wave. And it was like, and until finally the pass was caught at the end, which was a tip ball, which should have never been caught.
That's right.
But that didn't make any difference because
Ran the
it
clock
still
out
ran
there.
the clock out.
Yeah.
It
But
was,
you're right. That was on the Georgia end, and you could just hear that side go, oh.
And this side was going up, and then we got a bunch. No, you know, it's like, man, I never felt that, and that was just, and I wasn't on crutches then.
That's
But
what
I felt that, and it was just, to me, it was a really good ball game. I just
was.
thought
It
it was. And I
just
didn't know what else to
remember-
say to Coach Saban other than that's a good game. You know,
Yeah.
y'all
I
had
remember
played a good game,
Les,
but
Kirk, and I were still up there in our seats when that catch happened. And then we said, "Oh, we got to hurry up and get
we were
down."
like trying to get
and by
there
the time we got down, I was like, "We're fitting to lose this game."
because they were driving.
They
Georgia was
already
driving.
drove down to the 15-yard line or whatever it was, and then we saw him catch that ball, and we was like, "It's over.
It's over." Yeah.
The clock's gonna stop. I'm like, going to keep running.
I don't think that people really realize you're standing on that field. You know, when you see in a game and the quarterbacks are trying to just talk to somebody standing next to them, how loud it is.
Oh, yeah.
You
Yeah.
have no idea.
Man.
Because Stewart and I were standing next to each other when the game ended, and I'm trying to talk to him, and I was like, "Forget it. We can't communicate.
can't
I'll
talk.
see you where at the car."
Well,
And
there's
that's all
so
we
many
could do.
things like that unless you're there, and TV does it no justice for football games, but B, football games inside of a dome and how loud that place gets. And Kevin did a good job of explaining that. You can't experience and actually feel the way it sounds and the momentum of the way the fans are on opposite sides of the stadium. And you cannot explain that to somebody unless you're there on the field and you hear it and you experience that. And we were fortunate enough to get to do that.
Multiple times.
That same year, though, to me, the most impressive thing is we're there on a Friday night for a NFL football game between the Saints and the Falcons, and the way that facility transformed
Unbelievable.
Overnight.
from like 10 o'clock at night till the next morning at 9 or 10 in the morning, you would have absolutely no idea that they played an NFL game in there the night before. Paint, everything
all
on that
all
turf
the
is gone.
SEC banners everywhere. You know?
There's not a Saints or Falcons logo. There is nothing in there that even remotely symbolizes the Falcons the next morning.
Right.
No,
right.
because we got there about 10 o'clock, 9:30, 10 o'clock, and there's a picture of all of us with Craig
Yeah,
in the middle
yeah.
of the SEC logo. And I was sitting there thinking the exact same thing. It was an NFL game with the NFL logo and all the Falcon stuff this time, yesterday.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah,
It's amazing.
It was.
And a lot of that's probably Craig too, because he's over the championship.
Yeah. Oh yeah. yeah.
All of them. So he had to be there late,
Right.
trying to get
Make
all that.
sure it's all
situated,
done.
Make sure it's done.
That was my first time doing it with you guys, and I'll never forget was we were talking with Craig, and somebody came up and said that somebody else had duplicate tickets, and Craig opened his jacket, and he looked like some guy out on a street corner. There were tickets in every pocket. I remember looking at him, he was like, "Here, just give him these." It was crazy. There must have been 100 tickets in his jacket.
That's hilarious.
And you know how they always say, no cheering in the press box.
Yes.
There were cheering. I mean, other groups were
it wasn't just us.
It wasn't
Yeah,
just
no,
us, so we weren't the only ones.
Well,
So,
no,
I mean,
we were
quiet,
cheering
though. It
because
was
Les was like, no, we can't be cheering. We can't show anybody.
I just
And
didn't want to
every
get
one of
Craig
them
in
out there-
trouble.
Every single one of them out there were just cheering their heart
Because
out.
Kirk would look over at us when Alabama somewhere. He'd be
Yeah.
nodding that head. Just no one can see it on radio, but that head would be nodding. But, nope, we're not going to get loud.
But
Yeah,
you
Kirk
have
and I
to,
would fist pump behind the back.
Yeah.
but you kind of have to be that way because when we talk about all these celebrities and stuff, we would eat our pregame meal in the press box.
Yeah,
And when we say in the press box, I want people to picture anybody that you've ever seen on CBS
Yes.
or ESPN covering a game
sat
is in
next
that
to
press
Craig.
box.
They're
You and
there.
I went through, and Paul Feinbaum
Oh,
was
Feinbaum
walking
was
right
with us.
next to us. We were because it's about Phelan,
Yeah.
and he was right there next to us.
That is
coming
a
down the line.
tiny man.
Yeah,
by
yeah,
the way.
yeah, yeah,
Tiny.
yeah.
That one time we
I mean,
sat right next to
He's
Eli
got some
Gold.
good
Yeah,
head
yeah,
polish
we
'cause
sat-
he was
yeah.
glowing.
I remember we were eating like next to Eli Gold, and
And then we went back and get those Rice Krispie treats.
yeah.
Those were awesome.
That was basketball, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was that the basketball you're talking about? When we were there for that, I always enjoyed the basketball
Things we
too.
were
Because we
doing.
could just come and go. Oh, Mike,
peanut
need some
butter cover.
popcorn. I'm gonna go get some.
And then
Ice cream up there.
wasn't they did the halftime? You get those Papa John little pizzas.
Yep.
We,
Oh, they
we go
did.
back at halftime, get Papa John pizzas and stuff, and
We
Yeah.
loaded up with those one night
Yeah.
before we left.
yeah.
One other memory was that Missouri Auburn game. Remember when we went down on the field?
Yeah, after
Who did
yeah.
this guy fist pump? Nelly
Nelly,
on the
yeah.
sideline.
Hey, you know me. I recognized him pretty quick.
Yeah,
coming
yeah.
down the sidelines, and I just stepped back there and I'm like, "What's up, Nelly?" He just sticks his hand out to me, and I'm like, "Okay."
That's right. Yeah,
Kurt's like,
yeah.
"What's up, Nelly?" Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm cool like
I
that.
don't think Stewart washed that fist for a while.
Still has.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Wow. He
yeah,
takes a shower with a glove on.
Yeah, there you go.
We're kind of tight now.
Yeah.
Those were some good times.
Hey,
Those were the
definitely.
endings. But what about the beginnings?
The beginnings of this
How about
of the
the
show.
22 years ago when
Yeah,
when we
first-
worked out of the Holman
Well,
house?
how about me
and,
doing it by myself one show and saying, guys, I can't do this by myself.
That's actually the first time I met you was the old Holman house because you asked me to come in. I don't remember if it was a Saturday morning show, but it was just you and I and went in and talked to you down in that basement. That was a beautiful studio.
It was a
It
good
was.
little
The
studio.
Rose,
Good
the
little-
Rose,
the
is that
Rose,
what you
yeah. News Talk
1039.
93.7 back in the day.
You could
News
hear it
Talk
all throughout the
93.7.
South, just about, at least down there on
Yeah.
off I-10.
I remember we used to
uh,
have callers call in all over down there. That
We
would
had
listen
one
in.
that called in, and y'all were in the booth. I was back in the answering the phones,
Yep.
and they were going to the Alabama game in Jacksonville against South Carolina, USC.
USC.
And it got a little bit going on there with that. Hey y'all, what y'all doing? And it just kept going on about something else. It didn't have anything to do about Alabama and USC. It had something to get in about Auburn or something. Back then, I was an Auburn fan. I didn't get in the portal back in those days. But for some reason, all of a sudden he lost signal down there.
Yeah, Kevin, click.
And boys are sitting in the booth in there going, the hands looked at me and went like that. And I said, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Hey,
I
was
didn't see
that
what
when we
happened.
left Kevin here?
Yeah,
No, that was another year
Oh,
when y'all did
another,
that. Yeah.
another. I remember
Because we
that.
went with my new friend Kenny Stabler.
Yeah,
and
yes.
we went to his restaurant.
Yes.
And
He said, it's
Kevin's
always good to know the DA.
I'm here. I'm here in Ozark. Yeah. With,
I have that photo.
Yes.
And just never got it to Sam to get it to him to get it signed or anything. And I always regretted that. But, you know, when he's the snake's taking a picture with you. You're just like, this is great.
Wow, yes.
And he's asking what we did, and somebody said I was the DA, and he's like, it's always good to know the DA.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's the snake right there,
Yeah,
baby. That is
Coming from Kenny State, well, yeah, it might be good to know the DA. Yeah.
awesome.
Oh,
So, Les, we've had this for so long. But,
Yes,
you know,
yes.
in the studio out there, Jim Boynton and Nash got all that. And I've been talking to Jim a little bit the last couple of weeks about the show and stuff. And Jim, you can talk now because I know you love talking on it.
Yeah.
Some of your favorite stuff about Saturday morning or your
Friday
pet
night.
peeves you had too, because those are great.
Jim.
Yeah, like all the noises.
The pet peeves could go on for days, but
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I'll
Bunch of
digress
paper.
for now. Yeah, the paper, the pens,
Straws on the cup.
Kirk pounding on the table all the time, reading his newspaper. His hands were constantly on there. I don't know. It could just go on forever.
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you for letting me be part of.
Well, man, you put some songs
10
on there
years.
for us. It was the best ever. Like
Well,
bumper
I
music and
appreciate
stuff,
that,
man.
but,
God,
it's
please.
been great working with all you guys.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I have any really humorous tidbits to add, beyond that. I do have one other thing I want to say for the very last time.
All right. It's got to
I
be
don't know
some
how
kind
this
of
is gonna
sound
come
effect.
across.
It's got to be a sound. Yes.
All right, that's it for me.
Yeah. That's Jim Boynton, former producer, longtime producer.
Hey,
of the
Jim, the other day
South
when he missed, he said the sarcasm.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Daily dose of sarcasm from Kirk on Saturday mornings.
It's the Stewart. It's battling back and forth. That was the best.
Y'all have no idea how many times I have heard people talk about that was their favorite thing to hear was me and Kurt, like we were fighting in the studio about Auburn, Alabama and the games and going back and forth. And I'm like, if y'all only understood how much we're laughing and smiling at each other while we're doing it.
Yeah, one of my favorites was the biscuit wrapper comment. And that shut Stewart up for a while. But
Well, it was true.
And
you know,
at 11 a.m.
That term though has lived on forever. I mean, anytime somebody's got 11, that's a biscuit wrapper game.
Picking
To
up
this
biscuit
day.
wrappers in the parking lot before the ball game, or there's inside the stadium, there's biscuit wrappers laying everywhere because you hadn't had time to do anything else but eat a Hardee's biscuit before the ball game.
Well, all my Indiana people that are here, they still rip me for which is true. We used to say all the Big Ten games were 11 because they didn't have lights.
Yeah.
Because they're always like, "Hey, we got lights now." And I said, "You played 2 night games, and one was last night, and that was at Purdue. You played 1 night game at home, and that was against one of your Kennesaw State people." So it's fun just kind of making those comments that kind of
absolutely
hang around, Because the Purdue Stadium last night, I was like, "There's trees behind it," and Angie was laughing because she knew what I was talking about. These little junior
Can't
stadiums.
take them serious. The trees outside the stadium.
Well, they were laughing because they played Maryland a few weeks ago, and they were texting me about the Maryland game, and I'm like, "Dude, they're kicking extra points off an office building. That's not serious football. Are you kidding me?" But Nash, same with you. What's some of your memories of?
Oh gosh. On a more local level, when we would do, high school review, before we got into the college segment, we'd have those schools that weren't exactly geographically local to us, And we just I was about to say, we would just make up stuff about Mortimer Jordan, East Blockton, about how they play in the yard.
The prison
it sounded
yard.
like prison. Walter Wellborn, about how they were the yacht makers. That was their mascot. But I mean, Kirk educating young Nash during the teachable moment. That's pretty iconic. And then Jim, had that music where it sounded like from that episode of Andy Griffith where Mrs. Lesh comes down to sell Barney that old lemon, that whole harpsichord music or whatever. So that was pretty iconic. And then whenever Kirk would have a rant, Kirk's rant with the William Tell overture in the background, just slowly vamping and ramping up as he got even more mad, but Yeah, I mean, that was some of the things that really stuck out to me. And I was telling Mike, during a break, I was like, I was 7 years old when this show got started.
That's crazy.
So,
man.
Really? Yeah, I'm 29 now, and this thing's been going for over 2 decades.
I'm the same way. I was 9 when it started, I think.
That really put it in perspective, right?
That does.
Yeah.
That
God.
does.
So, yeah.
And what about Olivia? When she said her whole life, she'll be 22 and on the 11th.
Well,
So
I was
December.
sitting here thinking I told Holton I was going to come do this, and he goes, "You started doing that before I was even born, didn't you?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Now he'll be 16 in May.
Yeah.
I thought then that was like, okay, that's a big deal. But then to hear that about Olivia,
Yeah,
seven,
yeah.
29, I'm like, okay, well that blows that
Yeah,
15, 16.
Exactly. Yeah, the whole time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Time flies.
Because I used to, having an Auburn guy on there is good, but Schumann portaled out.
Yeah, he
so
did.
It's hard to do.
He must have gotten a lucrative offer.
But he was on the couch most of the time, hanging back there. But sparring with Stewart was so fun. It was so great. But I always had the upper hand. It seemed like because he'd start laughing so loud he couldn't fight back at some point.
I mean, at some point you just get to a point, he's right. I mean, what do I say?
Yeah, exactly.
What do I say?
Exactly.
That he's right. I mean, I can put up a fight for only so long.
Stuart, I'm sure you've gotten this a lot, but someone will find out that I'm an Auburn fan. They'll ask, "Hey, you an Auburn fan?" Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
Trust me.
And then it might come back. So somebody's got to do it.
I've heard it. I'll trust.
But then you'll get the, but it's a beautiful place. We love it up there. It's beautiful. It's growing like crazy.
Yeah,
You just don't like your football team, but everything else is great.
We're
I
all
like
basketball
sparring
school.
with Stewart, but I like teaching Nash. I think
Yeah,
I felt
yeah.
like
That's a good way to put it.
he
Yeah.
wasn't ready for the sparring. He was ready to be teach how these things work here and what's going to happen today.
You got to
kind of
build
stuff.
up to the fight, not the fighting, the sparring.
That's fine.
It wasn't fighting.
No,
I
I
mean,
wasn't fighting. No.
It was sparring. It was
Yeah.
debating, and Kirk
Yeah.
just had the upper hand. I mean, that's all you can say. He did. And then occasionally he would let me go on my rants when Malzahn did a Malzahn thing. And I think my favorite was when I went on the rant when Auburn was up by 3 scores in Baton Rouge, and we had not won in Baton Rouge forever.
Yep.
And he took his foot off the gas like Malzahn would tend to do, and it cost us down there just like it did in national championship versus Florida State. And I went on a rant, and Kirk is just sitting back and he was just letting me go because he thought that was the funniest thing in the world, and I was so upset.
Yeah. You mean double slot, halfback dive up the middle 3 times in a
Oh,
row? It's
my
not going to do it.
Yeah, I need to see another jet sweep.
Oh, my goodness.
gosh.
Or the pirouette. The pirouette one,
Oh yeah, hide the guy behind
hide the
the
guy
line.
behind the thing. Yeah.
Perhaps do the crouch play.
What about low key Auburn's looking at Malzahn, bringing him back?
Yeah.
Stop
Because they know Alabama can't stop it.
Yeah, that's true.
So you get one good game a year guaranteed.
I feel another sparring session coming on. No, stop it. We're not doing that.
Oh man.
Good stuff. Good stuff. But yeah,
Man.
just want to say, Les, thank you for extending the invitation to me. It's been a good few seasons. I was proud to be a part of the crew for sure.
All right. Well, let's take a quick break, and we'll come back with some more frivolity here. The Saturday Morning Scoreboard Show, broadcasting live from Loose Brick Coffee downtown Ozark on the Mic'd Up Sports Network.
With Alpha Insurance, the more you protect, the more you save. By bundling your car and home insurance, you not only qualify for additional discounts, you also benefit from great claim service and the personal attention you deserve. Let us show you how we can take care of your insurance needs in one office. Call Alpha Agent Rhonda Hayes at 334-545-2010. That's Rhonda Hayes at 334-545-2010.
Check this out, Wiregrass. Tim Watson, the mortgage man with Southwest Funding, a 1989 graduate at Carroll High School, bringing to you all your mortgage needs to help you with your purchase or your refinance on all your home needs. Make sure you call us today at 791-0178. That's 334-791-0178. One Eagle, one nation. Go Eagles.
The caring and experienced professionals at Fuquay Bankston Funeral Home are here to provide the care and compassion your family deserves. They are honored to serve the Ozark community, offering personalized services that celebrate life and legacy. At Fuquay Bankston Funeral Home, they handle every detail with dignity and respect, ensuring your loved one's memory is cherished. John Colley, the general manager, and his staff are there to assist you in your time of need. Visit them at FuquayBankston.com or call them at 334-774-4551. When life happens, you want friendly people you can trust. At Circle Insurance Agency in Ozark, Sammy Judah, Donna Schumann, and Sam Judah are here to protect what matters most. Whether it's your home, car, business, or family's future, Circle Insurance Agency will shop for the best coverage at the very best price, right here where you live. Call Circle Insurance Agency at 334-774-7177 or stop by their office at 863 Andrews Avenue. Circle Insurance Agency, where coverage comes full circle.
What does it mean to be rich? Maybe it's less about reaching a magic number and more about discovering the magic in life. Derek Dickens, your Ozark Edward Jones financial advisor, you can count on him for financial strategies that can help support a life you love. Because the key to being rich is knowing what counts. Contact Derek today at 334-774-8222 and let's find your rich. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Commercial Bank of Ozark is more than just a bank. They are part of our community. Since 1959, they have proudly served Ozark and the surrounding area, providing personalized banking solutions that help you achieve your goals. From savings accounts, checking accounts, home loans, and business services, they are here to support you every step of the way. When you bank with them, you're banking with neighbors who care. Commercial Bank of Ozark, strong roots, strong community. Visit cbozark.com or come see them at their main branch at 208 South Merrick Avenue, downtown Ozark, or at their Southdale branch in Midland City. Commercial Bank of Ozark, member FDIC.
We gotta talk about that.
We're talking about that. The chick was from the prison yard.
Well, welcome back to Saturday Morning Scoreboard Show. Let me, before we get to any more conversation, my oldest daughter Emily is out in Seattle, Washington. She sent me an audio message. I want to play that here for us.
Hi, Les. Congrats on 22 years of the Saturday Morning Scoreboard Show. I am so proud of you, and there is no one more dedicated to the Carroll team than you and your crew, and you guys have just had such an amazing run over the last 2 decades. I know that I can say when I was a kid, some of my favorite memories with you were waking up really early in the morning, going to the radio show, and then I'd be kind of playing in the back rooms as you guys were recording it. And I love watching you, do the things you love. And I know so many people have loved listening to you guys over the years. And there's a lot of memories from the show that I know everyone loves. And I just can't wait to see what you guys do next. And I'm so proud of you. I love you.
That's my daughter, Emily. And love her too. And appreciate her sending that in. And it means a lot to me as a dad too. So proud of her, proud of Olivia. And I did like Olivia's comment where she called out the wolf pack.
Yeah.
She's like,
She knows.
She knows.
She's probably heard some of those stories too, the appropriate ones.
Yeah. Oh man,
can I bring it up? The Kevin story. We have to talk about
we got to talk about that. Yes.
And that's why we were talking about when we came back from commercial break and nobody said anything. Is we're still on Kevin about. He's kind of young.
Yeah.
That's why he needs to hear this. He needs to know where it comes from.
That's it.
Anybody who's ever been to Pensacola or anywhere coming back through Defuniak.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike. That gas station. They passed it 1,000 times.
Yep.
They just don't know what happened in that gas station. It's where the RU mats are like Kevin.
Yeah.
Anybody who knows Kevin, I mean, I think half the time it's an act. Like he wants you to think he's mad when he's really not. I wasn't in the store at the time. I think we'd stop to use the bathroom, get some gas or something, and then we all come out and everybody's laughing and talking about what happened.
Or were we buying scratch offs or something?
We were. That's probably what it was. Yeah.
I was in there with him.
And Kevin was actually mad coming out of the store.
Now, Mike, we went down. I bought y'all tickets. Each one of you a ticket at one station there in Pensacola, somewhere we stopped. But Mike won $35, something like that. And he wanted to give it back so we could do it. And I was trying to decide between all of us, divide it up.
Yeah.
So I'll let you finish however you want to do it.
Well, I wasn't in there. I was going to let you tell us.
That witch didn't know how to add, I guess, because I was trying to divide it in equal amounts. And
she was also going to give you a different ticket because you were over there saying that I want the same ticket.
Yeah.
And she couldn't comprehend it. And I swear she just got out of prison because she had a certain tattoo on her neck. She wasn't doing well. and I'm over here just, watching it all. And all of a sudden she just comes out and says, "Are you mad, sir?" And he goes, "Yeah, I am mad." He said, "It's not that hard. Just give me those tickets. And this is how many I want."
So that became the running joke. Anytime Kevin ever appeared to be frustrated at all, it was like, "Are you mad?"
What hard?
I know. I went over to Kurt. And Kurt said, "What's going on?" I said, "I think Kevin's about to get shanked."
It wasn't hard, unless you can't
do simple
use
math.
more than 10 fingers here. I mean,
Right.
you got to take your shoes off, maybe.
Yeah.
But
She could not add
holy
it up.
cow! I'm just glad
That's
Jason
hilarious.
was the last one in there. Yeah, my back going out.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
man.
a good time.
It's
But
been
I'd like to thank you, Les, for everything you've done. And it's your vision that actually got this all started. And if it wasn't for you, we would never have all these stories because we would never been able to go to all these SEC championship games, with any of it. So I thank you for
Thanks, Les.
getting me involved as well. I come in 2-3 years later.
Yep.
Well, it's just like different time segments. You can sit here and think about who was with who was with who. You've been the constant the whole time. This has been you from day one till today, and we've all just have our own little period of time where we fit in. And it's different periods of time. Some of them overlap. Some of them are together. Some of them are separate. But you're the constant. This was your vision. And we thank you for all the memories and all these stories. Because we could sit here all day.
We could go longer.
Yeah.
We could go
No
longer.
doubt. Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate the call last
Yeah.
week saying, "We're going to do one last show.
Yeah.
Can you come?" I was like,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Let's do it.
I know I went from not wanting to get on. I said, "No, I'm good.
Yeah, Mike don't
I
wanna
just want
talk
to be
about
with
it.
you guys. I like the stories and stuff."
Yeah.
I would chime in every now and then. To now, you can't shut me up. I can't get off.
I've always appreciated what you do. I mean, goes way back, back into the church where we're all them kids, feeding the kids and whatnot and all that, and everything you do there and for the city of Ozark. Except when I hired on with you guys, it was 5 years that I finally got to go to the SEC championship while Stewart right off the bat got to go right off the bat, but he was driving and I was on the braces, like I said, hand crutches. But there were some stories that we heard that we didn't get to see of that SEC stuff. But it was I won't have to go there. I think that's one of Kirk's favorites, I think. But yeah, y'all got to go right off the bat, and I'd already done time in the basement down there at the Holman house with whoever walked in the door and was taking over while y'all went to like SEC and
Media days, yeah.
up to Tuscaloosa for home, all that eat that y'all were doing on the grounds up there. I don't remember whose facility it was.
Jim Murphy and
Jim Murphy, that's right.
Well, I think
That's
what
right.
happened is Les finally just got enough courage to ask Craig, "Did more than 2 people come?" And Craig's like, "Well, yeah." And so from that point on, it was like whoever was involved, it was 4 or 5 people. And
I'm thinking
And
all
was
he
the
do is
one
ask.
Originally, he said, "Y'all need to come do this."
Yeah, y'all are media.
Exactly.
I'm thinking he should have just name dropped me right off the bat because I lived right there across the street from Craig when he was growing up as a kid. So he was like, he used to stand out there and watch when I had the kids and hiding Easter eggs out there, and he was standing over there in the yard watching. So that's pretty cool, Schumann.
He should have name dropped you.
He should have just name dropped me. I'd have been right in there with you. That's where it started.
Yeah.
Well, Nick, you grabbed the mic from Nash. So you're just there for one season being the producer. Just got to tell some of your memories of the season here.
I mean, it's been short, but we've been traveling with going to football games, but we'll continue doing that. But what was it? We were coming home from Greenville, and he kept telling us, "Oh yeah, I'll call in from Troy. I'll call in from Troy."
Yeah.
We both show up. Guess who's here? Les over here, not calling in from Troy.
Yeah.
But It's been fun. Look forward to seeing what we do next.
You've been eating some good food. I know that much because I know I have and Mike has this year for sure.
Well, I've been seeing the pictures.
Yeah.
Steaks over
I'm
at Big
gonna tell you
Mike's.
what, that Chicken Shack measures. Unless you want some barbecue, I put it right up there with.
Yeah, that's good. That's
with
good.
that in Atlanta. So, and I've even got the stickers on the back of the truck that show for that. So, yeah, that was some really good food we've had this year. I'm not compare the steaks because they were so expensive.
Yeah,
but they were awesome too.
But that chicken, you said, I don't need all that. You were the first ones to clean your plate.
You're right.
All right.
Waste food.
All right, let's get on some picks. Pass that back to Nash. And who wants to pull up the games of the day? The picks you want to go with?
I thought Sam already had done that over there.
I just wanted to say something real quick. Speaking of food,
yes.
I was normal when I started working for you guys.
Yep.
I'm type 1 now, and I would like to thank Dennis Powell for that mostly.
Yes.
That was it.
Yeah. And we do want to thank Dennis Powell for over the years, too, with us on Friday night, especially. You continue on that, and the Flippo's Pizza is another one that always fed us well over the time, and appreciate that. And Jameson's Restaurant downtown. I also want to thank our sponsors too, as well, for making it possible for us to do all this and have fun. You got Circle Insurance Agency here. Commercial Bank of Ozark. You got Derek Dickens, agent here for Edward Jones. Tim Watson with Southwest Funding. I believe it's Watson Group now. With that, Fuquay Bankston Funeral Home, and Rhonda Hayes, Alpha Insurance Agent. I think I got all six.
We thank them all, Les. Some of them are OG though.
Yeah, some are
way back.
Way back.
back.
Definitely. I mean, your Circle Insurance and Commercial Bank are definitely the original.
Absolutely. All right, Les, we'll do a few picks, but Melissa says you got to wrap this up.
Okay, all right.
Because she wants some pictures before everybody leaves. So that's my job. And as you know, I am not making Melissa mad. So let's get that done. And we haven't put one thing up for Christmas at our house. So if Melissa wants to come over next week, whatever, it is wide open. So we have no room for any of it at this point at our house. So I'm going to say the games. No need to be like giving your theories. Let's do some picks and take some photos. So I'm going to give it out and go around here. First game is Ohio State at Michigan. Ohio State on the road. They're 9.5-point favorite. Sam.
I'm going to go Michigan. Why not? Keep it going.
I'll go with Ohio State.
I'll take the Wolverines today.
Michigan.
Buckeyes.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah, you got it.
I'm watching it being passed around. I think I'm gonna go Wolverines today.
I think Ohio State breaks the streak.
Yeah, I think Ohio State. Jim, who you got? Jim says anybody from the north. He's got Wisconsin.
Yeah, Jim's got Wisconsin always.
No badges. Oh, by the way, while I'm going, I just have to say this about Stewart when he almost got thrown out of the football game that time for yelling at the ref on the air. That was one of my favorite memories of, even though it was Friday night, because it was me, Les, and Wes Andrews in the box, and Stewart calls out the ref by name. And Wes was still working at the school, and all I remember is a headset bouncing. I never saw Wes leave. He was just gone, like out. And then we tried to deliver him a letter that he couldn't go to Atlanta. Was that what it was? Or playoff game?
That is a quick, short story, but yeah, I got a letter, and it looked awfully official. Basically, I had been suspended, and I wasn't allowed to travel down to the playoff game. I think it's Spanish Fort.
We were playing golf.
Come to find out, Joey and Sean and Kurt, they were all in on it. They had formulated it. I'm like, okay, I get it.
It was from the Athletic Association, and it was not happy.
I earned it. I earned that letter.
That was great. Okay, moving on. Miami is at Pitt. Miami is a 6.5-point favorite on the road, trying to hang around relevancy here.
Pitt, I'm all about upsets today, except for one.
I'll go with Sam on that one. Pitt.
I'll take the Hurricanes today.
Miami.
I'm going to go Miami as well.
I'm gonna go Pitt up there in the cold.
My thoughts exactly, Pitt.
Yeah, I'll go Pitt as well. There's no way now Miami can get in the championship game in the ACC. So what's going to happen to them while they're just sitting around waiting to see are they going to get in or not? Of course, Texas wins last night and a big win on the at home. Now they're saying they should be in. It's madness out here. Vanderbilt and Tennessee. Tennessee's at home. They're a 2.5-point favorite. Vandy trying to hang around.
We're going Vandy.
Where's it at?
Is that
In Tennessee.
I'm playing home game. Tennessee.
Anchor down.
Tennessee.
Give me the balls at Rocky Top.
Yeah, I think Pavia goes down. Tennessee.
I like Pavia competitor, Vandy.
Me too. I'm going with the anchor down, baby. Commodores. Troy's at Southern Miss trying to play next week, Les. Troy's 6.5-point dog on the road in Hattiesburg.
Golden Eagles. Got to go with them.
I'll go with Troy on the road. They played a lot better on the road, I think.
Give me the Trojans. I think they get it done today.
Troy.
I'm going to go Southern Miss.
I don't care about the picks. Troy.
Give me the Trojans.
I don't know. I watched Troy play that one game. It hurt my eyes so bad. I haven't adjusted. So Southern Miss plays James Madison next week. Sorry.
Yeah.
Alabama, Auburn. That line is down to 4.5. Alabama on the road at Auburn. Sam, who you got?
You know I got to go with Alabama, but it's got a lot on the line tonight.
Roll Tide.
Here's the one I've been waiting on is Les here.
It is going to be a struggle for Alabama, but I think somehow, and it's not by a field goal, that they get the job done today. Roll Tide.
Let's go Auburn.
You already know. We're Eagle, baby.
Mike?
I can't never say that. So I got Bama. I think they get the mistakes out of the way and they win this.
Mike was over here trying to create some drama, suspense, and we all know what was coming out of his mouth. It's like you know what's coming out of my mouth. And
Exactly.
Auburn keeps Bama out of the title game and out of the playoffs. Auburn wins tonight at home.
I'm a conspiracy theory. I think there's a lot going on behind the scenes, and Lord, don't let it come down to a field goal. Holy moly. I've thought all week the Barn's going to get it done today, and I think they do. And I think it stirs more chaos than you can imagine in this state.
He's wanting the chaos. That's what he wants.
I love chaos. I love insurance and chaos.
Yes.
So that's what I like. But I think, Alabama hasn't played well in the last few games, and I just don't know how that helps over there. Now, hey, if they put it together, they can beat anybody in the country, but they can also stink one up too if they're putting it on the ground and not focused like they need to be. So you're going to have to survive the first quarter, like a nice little play action deep ball to start the game would be nice, but I think what I'm going to get is a handoff to Jam Miller is going to take 10 steps in the backfield and then get sacked for a 1-yard loss on the play. And it's going to be on from there. That's what I think, Les, but
man.
Anyway, so
it doesn't matter.
Pick a team?
yeah, I said the Barn's going to get it done.
He said the Barn.
He won't say their actual name. He'll pick them, but he won't say their name.
Well, he said what I wanted to say, but now I can't. I just cannot pick them.
I don't feel comfortable with my pick, but it is my pick. But,
Well, that's not what I want to happen.
yeah.
The last I checked, I realized I don't really control the outcome.
He's doing the Jedi mind.
I am.
Some of that patented reverse
I've
psychology.
learned from all my Auburn friends, if I just knock it down, then my excitement level's so high instead of being so up here and then disappointed so low. Just learn to live here. And is that how Auburn does it? That's what my college roommates said.
We are trying, but it is really, really hard to live down here. It really is.
It stinks.
Especially when across the state, they're not living down here.
Right.
And it bothers me. She doesn't live down here. What I'm saying is I'm ready for the Shula years to come back.
Amen.
I'm ready for the Shula years, and I'm not getting it.
I still, Kirk, we had that psychological thing with the Shula years.
Well, the great part is Kirk makes good money now, so he can afford the therapy now. But maybe when he was younger would have been tougher.
Anytime there's a game on and there's a 4th and 19, it just shivers me,
Because what happened in Auburn last time? You had 4th and 30 something.
4th and 39.
Okay, what I'm just saying.
Called the Gravedigger.
You've turned the corner. You've turned the corner.
Oh my God. Jumbo package, 4th and 19. all that good stuff. Those days are over.
Yes.
So,
yes. Thank goodness.
If you during the Shula years, if you just said, "Oh, you're going to have back-to-back 9-3 seasons," we'd have been like, "What?
Oh, yeah, really?
Where do I sign up for that?"
Yeah.
And
But
now you're
Stuart,
trying
I don't
to fire
know.
a coach over here.
Well, I don't know how many games we've been watching at our house this year, and after the first quarter, like, what time's the Citrus Bowl start? Things like that. It comes up a lot right now. So.
We're just trying to win a game and get into a bowl today, aren't we?
Good joke.
Come on.
Look, your win today could get you into the Birmingham Bowl.
It could.
Now,
That's
that should
true.
be
Hey.
exciting to play like Boston College
Maybe
or
against
somebody.
Troy.
So-
Troy in the Birmingham Bowl. Maybe.
We'd probably get beat.
Yeah.
That's the great part. You don't have to pay for hotel rooms when you go over there. You just drive straight from the school.
Y'all know I would never do it, but I'm looking at Kevin's shirt over here where he is clearly, when he talks about entering the fan portal, he is wearing a Wake Forest shirt.
Yeah,
right here.
you notice he took his hoodie off just so you can see his Wake Forest.
He looks so peaceful.
He
Like he
does.
doesn't care what's going to happen at 6:30. I'm over here. I'm going to have no fingernails left by 3.
Yeah. We should have a little Steely Dan in the background. Call me Deacon Blues. Just
Oh, me, guys. I tell you what, guys, I appreciate every one of y'all. Such a fun time all along. And, man, just thank y'all so much. Thank y'all for being
Thank
a
you,
part
Les.
of all
Thank
the
you.
fun.
Appreciate
man.
it, Les.
It's been awesome. All these
We all owe you.
This doesn't stop us from going every now and then to
No.
the SEC or to
If we
Troy.
want to get a wild, then we'll go. We'll do
You
some
know,
trips.
Les is up for a road trip.
Exactly.
And then we can do a show
As
in a
long as
restaurant.
you-
I mean, it doesn't matter.
You can't let him drive. That's the problem. You might not make it, or you might not make it home.
Well, we couldn't talk him out of driving this year.
Yeah.
Oh, so y'all are lucky.
Hey, I did a good job.
He didn't multitask.
Nick's shaking his head like, yeah.
No
We
multitasking.
saw some places.
Saw some places.
We've never seen that lake up around.
Oh yeah,
Lake
Gant Lake.
We've never seen Lake Gant.
Yeah, we took a wrong turn and ended up there.
I don't think that's how you get home from Andalusia.
I know. There you go. We were on the way over there.
On the way.
I don't.
That was to Greenville, though, wasn't it? Yeah, that was on the way to Greenville.
Yeah.
Where are you? What routes are you taking?
He put it in his phone.
Jim's giving us a signal. We got to wrap it up. All right. So thank y'all so much. Been such a fun 22 some odd years here. Thank y'all a lot, and thank Loose Brick for being our breakfast sponsor and the host of this last season of the Saturday Morning Scoreboard Show. So for Nick Covings, Nash Carrington, Mike Reeder, Stuart Smith, Jim Boynton, Sam Cochran, Kirk Adams, Kevin Schumann, Les Peralt signing off one last time.
Thank you, Les.
Thanks, Les.
Oh, thanks, Les.
You've been listening to the Saturday Morning Scoreboard Show on the Mic'd Up Sports Network. Today's show was brought to you by Alpha Insurance Agent Rhonda Hayes, the Commercial Bank of Ozark, Circle Insurance Agency with Sammy Judah and Donna Schumann, Edward Jones Agent Derek Dickens, Southwest Funding with Tim and Johnny Watson, and Fuqua Bankston Funeral Home. Thanks for getting your game day started with the Saturday Morning Scoreboard Show.